What is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back. It's been a long time since we've done a Casually Chelsea show. Welcome back, everybody. Not necessarily a transfer deadline show. That is, the transfer deadline's technically tomorrow, is what I saw on Google. But kind of a pre-transfer deadline kind of show, just kind of recapping a lot of the stuff that I missed while I was away, as well as some of the new stuff and some of the breaking stuff, which is going to be in regards to, as you guys already know and probably heard, Jeremy Jacquet to Liverpool, not Chelsea. There's that. There's Paez obviously going to Liverpool Plate. The situation right now, what's happening with Strasbourg and Anselmino, we got a here we go from Anselmino. Not entirely sure when we're going to get the here we go Mamadou Sarr. But all that stuff on today's show. So stick around. Be sure to like the video if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. And last but not least, check out the memberships. 4 different tiers starting at 99p. Links in the description for a bunch of other content. And yes, thank you, Breezy. We did update the title as I was getting ready to start the show, because everything happened so quick towards the tail end of the transfer window. So yeah, without further ado, before we get into the meat and potatoes of today's show, which we're going to get right into in the beginning of today's show, I'm just going to go ahead and kind of start off with a bit of a reminder of what we were told in the beginning of the transfer window in regards to what was going to happen in this window. So let's go over what exactly the January transfer plan was and how things escalated and led up to this point where we're at right now. Also, panel, how are we doing today?
I'm doing amazing, you know. Nice day off today, you know. Yeah. I'm doing good, you know. Pockets full. That's life, innit, mate? You know what I mean?
Okay. Scott, how are you?
Yeah, sure. Like, whatever.
Yeah, sure.
I was fantastic. No, I was good, and then Chelsea.
I lost. Someone said lost all. Big up to my guy EPL said lost all the interest in transfers after Gittins and Garnacho signing. So I'm like, that's dark, man. That's kind of dark, bro. What the flip?
Hey, EPL Turf, I'm with you. I'm with you on this. This has, honestly, you could ask the boys. It was just kind of like bounced off my chest. Like,
oh man,
I never believed the signing was going to happen to begin with. So we'll talk about it. But let's go over what exactly the plan was that they told us and they were briefing us on, and let's see how much it matches to where we're at now, right? So starting off with the first tweet from, I believe this is from the 2nd of January. So we're going back, people. So Nazar Cancela had briefed us that the transfer update for January was going to be that there's going to be no loan for Hato Nachenpong. Jurgensen is expected to stay, and Tariq George is allowed to leave for more first-team football, permanent move preferred, and incomings depending on injuries or big opportunities. So a lot of this so far seems pretty up to snuff with what's happening. Pardon me. So here we have from Simon Phillips. A meeting with Chelsea's sporting leadership team. Chelsea are expected to pursue another elite attacking option this summer, which explains the earlier inquiry for Semenyo before deciding not to proceed. The club is also aware that it lacks physicality relative to rivals, and it will look to address this without sacrificing technical quality in upcoming windows. Center back and striker remains areas of monitoring, with pathways also being considered for players already owned by the club, including Josh Acheampong, Mamadou Sarr, Aaron Anselmino, Emmanuel Omega, and Dastan Sapaev. Despite media portrayals, the sporting teams are under immense pressure to deliver. Well,
Are they? Oh, bro,
That
don't give me
last
this
line.
shit. I'm being so honest. I'm not here for this PR shit. I'm just saying straight up in the start of the show. I'm not about hearing this absolutely bullshit PR nonsense. That's not even anything to do with the Jacquet stuff or nothing. But I'm not gonna listen to PR shit. Like, I'm not doing it today. I'm just not doing it. Like, those players, by the way, if we go through them one by one, Josh Achampong has had how many chances since Racinia's come in? Like, next to nothing. He's played like one game.
Maybe. Yeah,
cool.
maybe
Fantastic. Anselmino can't stay fit for more than 6 games a season. He's cooked. Mamadou Sarr, sure, maybe, I guess. And then they said Omega, who fell out with the manager just before he arrived. And then Satpayev, who is 17 and also playing as a winger, not a striker for his current team. Have I missed anything? I'm not here for hearing this PR shit. I'm so done with it. I was done with it 2 windows ago.
I mean, apparently not. I'm done. I mean, listen, I've checked out. But hey, you know, I have a show to do, so I guess I have to be checked in, right? The Athletic reporting here: Chelsea want to buy an attacker, midfielder, and defender. They have players in mind, and if they can bring forward their plans to recruit them now instead of in the close season, the club will do so. I'm sure they will. By making an inquiry for Bournemouth's Anselmino at the end of last month, Chelsea have already shown that signing another attacker is on their agenda this year. Talk on transfer plans have taken place, and while the thought process at Chelsea is geared towards recruiting in the summer, when more options are available, making signings for the first team before the deadline on February 2nd is a possibility should an opportunity present itself. Matt Law also reporting here that Rosinier's appointment will not see Chelsea recall goalkeeper Mike Penders or defender Mamadou Sarr from their loans at Strasbourg in January. Kendry Paez would only be recalled to go on loan elsewhere to play more first-team football. Now, we know what happened with this. We'll go over it later in the show. But Matt Law initially reporting on January 6th that we weren't going to touch Mamadou Sarr. Fast forward to January 15th. Chelsea have started to look for new center-back opportunities following internal talks with Liam Rosenior. Enzo Fernandez already discussed this with Chelsea last summer, but Chelsea decided to stick with the current squad. This doesn't mean anything for Josh Achampong. Chelsea don't want to sell, and his situation is quiet. Chelsea are planning to wait until summer to make defensive signing, but are now bringing forward their plans according to Matt Law. So change of plans there for a center back signing in terms of, we saw the rumors we were linked with. Again, I have these ready to go. We'll go over them. Senesi, we were linked with, last transfer window we were linked with, Mark Gahey, there you go. Senesi was this window. Jacquet, people were saying recalling Anselmino, which we ended up doing, but now he's going back on a loan. We'll go over that. That's actually next. Mamadou Sarr as well. That's next as well. Like, all these things.
I just want to let people know. Guys can attest for me. Marshall. Mamadou Sarr might be injured, by the way, so he might not.
Yes. Do you know what? Good. I don't
forgot about that, by the way, because he came up because he was
that fills me with joy, and not because I want to see our players injured. Like, I feel bad for Mamadou Sarr, right? These fucking owners deserve that.
He's looking good now. I just saw like a post-match video. He's looking like he's walking again, but he might have a knock, I think. So just to obviously let the streets know. Unfortunately, the thing is, like,
the casually streets.
That's what. Yeah, listen, man. We want to make sure we're getting everyone up to date. Listen, he was shit today, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. He was at fault for the first goal.
Responsible for one of the goals they conceded.
You know, I just look at a lot of the stuff that I see right now, transfer-wise. The problem is, like, we are losing. We're continuously losing faith in the transfer market. Yeah, window per window, going for these top targets. Yeah, and failing. You know what I mean? So it doesn't help us, you know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you guys can attest. You were here in the summer. Isn't this everything I said that was going to happen?
I don't disagree, bro.
I genuinely don't remember, but I don't remember what I had for breakfast like 2 days ago.
Oh, all right, Marshall, I'm gonna be back in 10 minutes. Yeah. 1 second.
Do your thing. Do your thing. Do your thing. Yeah, I mean, Scott, just to rekindle your memory a little bit, I was telling people in the chat, don't expect anything in January. We're probably going to sell some players, which we did sell some players or get rid of players, whatever. Same terminology, same idea. And I told them, if we're going to do anything center back wise, it's probably going to be recall Anselmino or Sar. Sound familiar?
Yeah.
So here we are, and that's pretty much exactly what's going on, right? Well, actually, we don't even know if that's going on. I won't even be surprised if they fuck that up too. But that's besides the point. I don't. It'd be really, really embarrassing if they fuck that up because Anselmino's already going there. Go ahead, Scott. Before I move on to Anselmino.
Would it be embarrassing?
Not really. I'm numb to it now at this point.
That's what I'm saying. It wouldn't be embarrassing. We just missed out on another target, which we'll get to, like talking more in depth. We've missed out on another target. That's embarrassing. You know, spending an entire window publicly telling everyone you're trying to sign this player, and in one day, by the way, because Liverpool weren't even like trying to get him like that. In one day, they managed to do what you couldn't do for 31 days.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, we've passed the point of embarrassing. This is par for the course. This is normal. I'm almost desensitized. Like, outside the fact I'm getting vexed just because these guys still are employed at my football club, I'm desensitized by this.
So
because this is normal,
right? Like we were just talking about this backstage, and I wanted to bring it to the live. Is I genuinely feel that I'm okay with them embarrassing themselves in public like this, simply because I do feel that obviously it doesn't work. Like, board level isn't the same as on the pitch level. Whereas if a player has a bad season, if a player has bad games here and there, it could potentially be a quick, like, okay, you're gone next season. Boom. I think at board level, there needs to be a compilation, almost like building a case for why someone should get the sack. And this is the way I look at it. I think if you keep embarrassing yourself, I don't want these directors here. Keep embarrassing yourself. Keep putting up these public displays of incompetence. And I hope soon there's a case built up for, let's just say, I don't know, Dave Follows or wherever, to take the mantle and get rid of these guys. Obviously, under Blueco, contracts don't mean anything. We've had Maresca walk away from a 5-year contract. Pochettino was supposed to be 2 plus an additional year, and he walked away from that. It's like I think these directors could go at any time.
We had this conversation as well backstage. We have passed the point of compiling enough evidence to get the sacked. Let's just go for a few things. Number one, every high-profile signing that we have managed to get through the door in terms of big money signing, if they didn't come from Brighton or they didn't come from Manchester City, and even some that did come from Brighton, you nearly flopped. Caicedo, we had to rely on Caicedo being loyal to his word to signing for us. Enzo Fernandez and Mudryk required Todd Bowley and Egbali, can't remember which way round it was, getting involved to finalise. Whether they ended up being good or bad, by the way, this is not the point. Both of those required the owners getting involved to get that finalised. You've then very publicly missed out on players, whether you actually wanted them or not. Xavi Simons, one. Jacquet now, another one. Who else have we had that we've done this with? There's probably more. I'm just forgetting them off the top of my head.
Osimhen.
Oh yeah, Elise
Osimhen.
Twice. Elise twice. Osimhen. The Maignan thing. They have some of the signings they have made. Badiashile, Disasi, Garnacho as examples. I'm not even including Joe Shields in this because he should be sacked as well. I'm just talking about
the biggest one right now is Garnacho. He's the glaring one right now.
100%. But so they have compiled enough evidence that what they have done is a shit job in terms of the players they've brought in, the players they've missed out on. By the way, you look at the players they've missed out on. Elise is the best right winger in the world currently, I would argue. Osimhen has won now 2 league titles in 2 separate countries. I don't care what you think of the strength of the Turkish league. He won a league title. And he also then was the Golden Boot as well in 2 separate countries. Who else have we missed out on as well? I forget as well. Anyway, there is enough evidence to show that these guys should have been sacked years ago. You could have sacked them last summer, and it would have made sense. You could have sacked them after last January, where we did nothing.
Yeah,
nothing. But you didn't. There is enough evidence. We need to stop with this thing of, oh, but this is a good thing because it's public. It's been public since they've been here. Even under Bowley, it was public. You remember that first window, the "we're here for a nice meal" bollocks? It's been public since these guys have been here since that summer. These guys are going to be here until the end of time. They are here until these owners leave. Nothing will change. Dave Fallows isn't going to change shit. Nothing will change until I'm proven otherwise. Nothing is going to change.
The sad part about all this, though, is that I agree with what you're saying, right? Obviously, from an ownership standpoint, making a big call like sacking directors is a very big call. And that could potentially, change the trajectory of your season in a good way or a bad way. But even then, or even your planning, your long-term planning in a good way or a bad way, right? But I think what hurts us the most is that I hate to say it because I don't listen. Just to make something very clear, I do not regret having achieved what we achieved last season. Top 4 and 2 trophies, right? As a Chelsea fan, I am very proud that we were able to get trophies out of a season where it looked like it wasn't going to happen. And I'm very proud to have seen the boys lift, a Club World Cup and that we can call ourselves world champs, right? However,
that's the only major we're ever winning under these owners. I hope you understand that, Marshall.
Well, I agree.
No, not well. What else are we winning?
Football is a funny sport. That's all I'm going to say.
If you try and tell me we have a chance of winning the Champions League, I'm telling you, you're off your fucking head.
Listen, Champions League, I'm off that. With if we still had Maresca, I would argue with you. But not.
So we're winning the league title.
We're not winning the league.
Then we're not winning anything major again because you have to win the Champions League to be in the Club World Cup.
Okay. But I think the problem is is that winning that trophy made things look better than it actually were, and so Blueco, and the biggest mistake they've made, again, well, not the biggest, one of the biggest mistakes they've made is using that as a means to now promote the directors by giving them a contract extension. Now, the contract may not mean shit, right? But at the end of the day, they ended up doing it, which I'm sure gives the directors this idea, this notion that, oh, we're doing a great job. Look at us. We just got promotions. Look at us. We just won trophies. The season's not over yet, technically. We're still in 4 competitions. But listen, I don't believe it. But the possibility is there. You know how these guys work. If there's so you're saying there's a chance. So,
no, I'm very much again.
Mathematically, it's not impossible. But
how many windows have they been here? How many windows have we watched these guys fuck up? They're still here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 windows now. I think this is their 7th.
It's more than that.
Because they technically had that summer window where we got Poch. So that's 1, 2, Enzo Maresca 3, 4, Enzo this one 5. This is their 6. I said 7 because the January kind of counts.
Hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is their 7th window since they've been here.
Yeah.
This is their 7th window. They have had probably 2 windows max you can say were good. And I'll be real, one of those, I would even say, based on the impact of players we had from that window, is mostly shit. So I would say 1. I would say we've had 1 window where you can genuinely say we made a difference and actually had a good window in terms of improving the squad, which was the summer we bought Lavia and Caicedo.
Yeah, pretty much. And it hasn't been the same since, which is why Danish Maldini, a lot of you guys that are upset, I mean, I get it. You were where I was maybe a season ago, 2 seasons ago. At this point, and just to play a nice game, Scott, I'll take my guess. Chris, you take a guess. Scott, you take a guess. This is a fun little game we'll play. So, guys, what time do you think the PR briefs are going to come out, and what nonsense are they going to say? All right, this is
It's coming out
guess,
before
right?
me. So it is currently.
Wait,
It's currently
I don't
11.
understand.
Sorry, it's currently 11 p.m. in England. I guarantee
Chris, you
we
don't
get
know.
a brief.
Oh, okay.
Jacquet signed
Chris,
for Liverpool.
Yeah, Jacquet signed for Liverpool.
Oh shit. When?
Yeah.
Just?
Just now,
Yeah,
just
literally about 10 minutes
20
ago.
minutes ago.
Yeah, Marshall, I give it. So it is currently 11 p.m. in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
There will be a brief before midnight.
All right, I think that the brief will probably say something along the lines of, the directors were very much interested in making this signing happen, but Rennes wouldn't budge. They wanted to get it for January, but Rennes will refuse. And part of the holdup was the fact that we couldn't get the Anselmino Mamadou Sarr transfer done in time, and we couldn't sell enough players like
No, Marshall, you're
whatever.
You're wrong. The
That's
brief
my
that's going to
prediction. What
come
is your
out.
prediction of the PR?
No, the brief that's going to come out is
I
the
can't
same one
agree
we
with
keep
Scott's
hearing
one.
about. Like, you remember when it was we missed out on Simmons, and it was like we're super happy with the guys we signed. It's going to be that. It's going to be we're really happy with the options of Sarr and Josh. We trust those guys. Yeah, it's going to be we trust Josh. We trust what's his face Sarr when he comes back. And we didn't think it was worth the money getting him in for that price when we have these other guys, because he's not much better than these other guys we've got. That's going to be the brief.
I hope that is so that I can just laugh afterwards and be like, so why even go for him? What do you, Oliver and Chris, do you guys agree with that?
I agree with Scott.
You think it's going to be that?
Yeah, I think it'd be something like that. I hear that one.
That's what
They
I'm
do
saying,
this.
guys, 'cause
They do
it's
this every
unpredictable.
single time.
It's
Yep.
predictable at this point. I can't get upset. I didn't think I've said it from the beginning. And while I was away, when I was in Ahmed's show and everything, I don't think we're getting Jacquet. I think it's a whole front. And when the brief comes out, it's gonna say we weren't that interested. I think they're gonna blame the Anselmino and the lack of sales for not making it happen in time. They needed to wait.
No, I disagree, bro. No, they'll say it's because we have others. And Danish Maldini, to answer your question, nothing. The same as they've done the last 2 January windows. This is the 3rd January window we've done precisely nothing in.
And you know why? It's because they're banking on, well, we need to think about when Colwell comes back. All right,
Marshall, I don't even think they're going to blame the. I don't even think they're going to blame the Anselmino thing. I think they're going to do something like blame the whole Raheem Sterling having to negotiate a contract termination. I bet you they're going to do something like that.
Oh my God, that'd be a great one.
Oh, by the way,
banking
They're
on-
going to blame the efforts put into negotiating a contract termination. That's what they're going to do.
I really hope that's true. Let me have a little something. I really hope this is true. David.
By the way, according to Breezy, she saw a link apparently that Egbali was a part of those Jacquet negotiations. Haven't confirmed or denied it, but if I do see something while I'm
By the way, it is true. So Jay put a thing about Ornstein saying he chose Liverpool. He did, which I am ecstatic about, by the way. And the reason I'm ecstatic is because this stuff needs to happen. This is the second player, whether or not we were actually in for Semenyo or not, this is the second player that has told us to kick rocks and has chosen another rival over us. Yeah. This window. I need that to happen. Because in order for change to be affected and change to happen, shit like this has to happen. We have to be turned down by players. We have to be told no because we're not an enticing place to come anymore. Then maybe it might start clicking in some head somewhere. Because Jacquet's just told us to kick rocks on Liverpool. Liverpool are a more enticing club to join now than Chelsea Football Club.
Yeah, probably.
For some players.
I will also say because the other thing too is that at some point, because maybe this is me, coping on the hopium, right?
There we go. Marshall, sorry. What did I tell you? Within 2 minutes.
Chelsea's decision to keep Acheampong for a long term and reject bids for him and considering to recall Mamadou Sarr impacted Jacquet's decision. Nice. Good job, Scott. Good job.
I called it, and within 2 minutes it came out.
Yeah,
I told you.
What?
I know these guys' game. I know these guys. Bro, we've seen it for months and years and seasons and seasons. I know their game. And you know what's so fucking funny? Like, bro, this is going to keep happening. This keeps happening. And like I said, Dana said it earlier. Those who cannot hear must feel. We have to feel this as a club. We have to feel this nonsense. We have to feel this stuff happening. How are you spending an entire month? And you know what the thing is right? Because I think I have to put this out there. I don't really care that we missed out on Jacquet, the player, because I don't know how much I rated him. I've rated him that highly. Never really watched him, so it's hard to rate him. Don't know if he was worth paying the 60 million for. But if he was the guy you wanted, go and get him. And if you're going to make this as public as you made it across the whole entire month, because we've been negotiating this for an entire month, within 1 day, Liverpool negotiated a deal, which is almost identical to what we were trying to get. Everything that was reported was what they wanted was around the 60-65 million, with whether that was add-ons included or not. Within 1 day, they managed to do that.
Without reading the chat or reading Twitter, Ahmed, what do you think the PR is going to say about why the Jacquet deal didn't happen? What's the excuse? We played a little game while you were away.
I do deals quicker than Clear Lake, man. I did this deal in 1 day. Clear Lake could never do what I do, man, in the business. That's what I have to say personally. Secondly, I probably listen. You know what I'm gonna say? Acheampong Nation. That's what I'm gonna say right now. Is that the correct answer?
Is that your final prediction?
Yeah, because listen, logically tracks, right? You're gonna be like, oh, we've got Acheampong in the wing, we got Anselmino in the wing. We need to give these guys
on the wing.
time.
What is this guy talking about? I come in and talking about my center backs on the wing.
But on the wing, inverted center backs, bro.
No, you don't need to say.
You'll see funniest.
2025, man. Catch up.
Well, to be fair, I can't lie. Against West Ham, Kukre did better than any winger that we had. So maybe he's cooking on something.
That's your answer, Ahmed.
Yeah, see, I told you I was right. Yeah, I knew I was right because
I called it within 2 minutes.
But you said Anselmino and not Mamadou Sarr, so you get a L.
They do this every time. Listen, what happened was they quoted us for an amount we didn't want, and that's it.
And Danish has put this as well. Rennes never changed their stance. Same way Dortmund didn't. And everyone wanted to say fuck Dortmund for the whole Anselmino thing and because you made us pay an arm and a leg for Gittins.
No, I mean it is still fuck. It is still fuck Dortmund, independent of everything. Yeah.
That's cool. If you want to say fuck Dortmund, that's cool. But I'm saying the reason why these clubs, outside the fact they know how to negotiate, can do that to us is look who they're negotiating with. It's like me trying to negotiate a business deal with McDonald's. I don't know fuck all about business, bro. He's gonna take the piss out of me.
The problem is
just stand your ground.
I was gonna say, bro, these guys have done the same thing they did with Gittins. It's just we decided not to pay the money because we weren't apparently fully invested or whatever the fuck it was for this window. I guarantee if this was the summer, we'd have just paid the money.
Yeah, for sure. We just get stronger.
Same way we did with Gittins, bro. We spent a month negotiating to pay the money.
Sorry, I just want to. Can I make a comment if I'm allowed to today? I'm allowed to make a comment. The comment, Marshall, we can't hear you, bro. Yeah. I just want to say, the gimmick has kind of run tired at this point, guys. We know this game at this point.
I'm giving up a gimmick. Let's go, 2026.
No. It's not about me. I'm talking about the club here. I think fundamentally the main issue will always be, at least in my opinion, right, that you keep doing this thing here over you come to the goal. I'll use this with Marshall and Scott, this pre-show, yeah. You come to the goal, bro. You come to the thing, you got a nice little suit on, everything's on, you're ready. What you saying, babes? How you doing? You know what I mean? You go to a nice little, restaurant. You know what I mean? You're ordering the food, everything like that, and then you check the balance. I don't have the balance for this meal, and you know what happens? Some random guy at the bar just over there. He's looking. He's seeing the babe, and you know what he's gonna say? I'll take the seat for you, boy. You can sit in the corner. And that's what happens to us, bro. That legit is like, there is no other way to explain what happens to us. Like, that is what happens. We come to the table, we order the stuff, we then say, oh, we don't have the facilities to make this happen. And then another guy just comes around the corner, steals the goal, and then we're just watching everything happen in the chat.
What? Disrespectful.
But that generally is that is literally our negotiations, Marshall. That's how it goes.
No lies detected.
That's literally what happened, Marshall. Like, it's so weird to say that. If
you saying they roll up like this?
Yeah.
Generally, but that's what happens. That's generally what happens, bro.
Let's catch up on Anselmino. Let's continue this conversation. December 22nd, just to kind of give context to why this happened, and you'll understand. So, at the end of December, Patrick Berger released this. So Chelsea have a January recall option for Aaron Anselmino. Option allows to bring the defender back in winter, as he hasn't reached the defined minimum minutes due to injury. Excuse me. Dortmund expect Chelsea not to activate it, but the final decision is with the Blues. Player happy in Dortmund, but the decision is up to Chelsea. The Prem side can terminate the loan. Chelsea rate Anselmino very highly and see him as part of the long-term plans. No chance for Dortmund to sign him in the summer, as there is no buy option. Continuing on, same thing. Fabrizio then says this: Chelsea have denied a request from Dortmund to agree a deal for Anselmino. Chelsea are very happy with his progress and are not deciding his future yet. Now, this is where we fast forward. Right? Breaking. Chelsea officially activate recall clause for Aaron Anselmino back to the club next week. Dortmund informed today as had recall clause and wanted Anselmino as part of the squad after excellent impact at Dortmund. Deal done as per David Ornstein. Aaron Anselmino leaves Dortmund, and this is the whole Saab story and all that stuff. It's not loading, but it's okay. Dortmund bosses, according to Bild, are pissed off at Chelsea for recalling Anselmino with such little time left in the transfer.
Stop tapping up our player then, dickheads.
Exactly. And we continue on here. Fabrizio saying Chelsea's decision to recall Anselmino is also because they knew that Dortmund at the beginning of December made clear to people close to the player that they wanted to try to sign Anselmino on a permanent transfer. In December, they were preparing a budget to make an official bid and Chelsea and tried to sign him on a permanent deal, but Chelsea made clear immediately that Anselmino was part of their long-term plans. So now we see those links in December were as a result of those is why we did this, or what we're supposed to believe is why we did this, right? The recall of Anselmino has burdened the relationship between Dortmund and Chelsea owner Begdad Bali, and thus industry sources believe Chelsea recalled the player to put pressure on Rennes to lower the price for Jacquet. That didn't work out. This is what Dortmund are also hoping is the case. Meeting on Friday to decide whether Anselmino stays with the first team or finds a different solution. It will be busy last few days for Chelsea. Breaking, Chelsea would like to recall Mamadou Sarr, but there's a problem. Anselmino doesn't want to go to Strasbourg to replace him. So here's where we find out. The plan is bring in Sarr, send Anselmino to Strasbourg. For Mamadou Sarr to return to Chelsea, the London club needs to find a top-class defender so that Strasbourg can better accept the departure of the Senegalese international. Breaking, apparently, Fabrice Hawken reporting that Rosinho wants Mamadou Sarr back. It's his priority. Talks ongoing with Blue Co Group to terminate the loan. And I mean, I think I called this as one of the first things that they were probably going to try to do when Rosinho was assigned, because he's going to want his players, right? So, lo and behold, this is kind of what's in the move right now. It hasn't officially happened, but it looks like it is happening. Mamadou Sarr is expected to be in London this Monday. Chelsea would terminate the loan with the Senegalese international to Strasbourg. And then this is the here we go for Aaron Anselmino to Strasbourg. Deal in place over a loan until the end of the season. Argentinian defender was never going to return to Dortmund, and Chelsea pick RC Strasbourg as the best solution. Now,
Marshall, before you go, there's something I just realized, because I want to there's something I want to point out from the brief that's going to connect to this, yeah, which is about Achampong. You know, I think the club loves the idea of Achampong. They love to talk about Achampong, but he barely played under Maresca. Under Rosinha, I think he's only played against Charlton and one more game, if I'm not mistaken, which is Man City.
I was about to actually check that now.
right? And so for me, it's great that we talk about Achampong. We love Achampong, but he's not even playing, bro. So like, I'm not really understanding.
Used him yet?
Rossini's only used him twice. It was Man City.
Subs, right? Or...
That's what I'm saying. So yeah, so Man City.
When did Rossini come in? What game? Like before?
Charlton.
Charlton. It was Charlton.
Yeah. So he played 90. So far he played 90 against Charlton. He played 53 against Arsenal. He played 5 minutes against Brentford, and that's it. He has played 148 minutes since Rossini's been in 7 games.
The big part of that was against Charlton, as you said, right?
Yeah, 90 minutes of that was in Charlton.
And then against Arsenal, our only 2 right backs were like not in the squad.
Yeah, I just think for me, the reason why I bring that up, guys, is just that it's great that we talk about Achampong and Glaze the brother, because I do think he's great. But the problem is, we're not even. He's barely played throughout the season. Obviously, we're seeing it. He might get some more games. I don't know, but he's barely playing, bro.
I mean,
no, but this is Ahmed. This is where the whole the conversation we had the other day about the owners or the medical team are telling Rossini to play this team and that team. That's bullshit. Because if that was the case with all the PR we keep hearing about Anselmino, Achampong, he'd be playing a hell of a lot more than he is. But he doesn't. Like, we can't keep hearing what we can, and we will, but we can't be like hearing this stuff about, they believe in Achampong when he don't play, bro. Like, he's 100% getting loaned or sold in the summer at this rate. It's like, what's the point of him being here?
That's the question.
The funny thing is with Achampong, if he had the chance to play for at least one of 3 clubs over the last year, there have been 3 clubs interested in him that are playing in a top 5 league currently in Dortmund, Bournemouth, and Palace. He'd be playing for all of them. So like, if I'm him in the summer, I'm telling these guys I need to play minutes next season or just sell me.
There's another point to be made here, which is that even Maldini makes a great point, which I hate to say, but he makes a great point here, which is that are we sure Sar's gonna play even?
No,
probably
not.
Alaba there, you got Fofana there. He plays RCB, right? So essentially, Achampong's also there too. So
I've heard he can play across the back line, like in all 3 positions.
But either way, I think for me, Chalobah's gonna be a shoo-in. I think for me, but Chalobah's always gonna be a shoo-in for us right now, right? So there's always gonna be Chalobah and whoever's next to him. Right, and you've already got what's it called, Fofana there, and then you've obviously got proper Tosin even potentially when he comes back. I hate to even say that, but there's even him that's available there. So who's to say Sar's even going to be playing quite regularly for us as well?
Now, for me, bro, if Sar comes in, there is 0 reason we should, barring injury, we should ever see Tosin play for Chelsea
agree, again. But who's to say that's gonna happen?
So no. I'm saying if we see Tosin, then if we ever see Tosin after Sar comes in, then you're 100% correct. You know what I'm saying? That just confirms what you're saying is what I'm saying, right? Like if we ever that's for everybody. Like if we see Tosin play 1 single second more for Chelsea, then everything that Ahmed just said is 100% true. Like that confirms it without a shadow of a doubt. Not bad issue. I could hear more just because he's been a longer time with the squad, maybe more experience. But Tosin has been absolutely god awful. Yo,
that's a good point too. Big up to
by the way,
big up to Oliver for that. By the way,
Chiefs.
But big up to Oliver. Oliver's right. We even have Badi Shaw as the LCB. So
by the way, I was gonna say, this point that Ahmed's making, by the way, is spot on, because you can say what we play in possession and this, that, and the other, but we need you look at the players we have and who plays where. I'm going through their games, Strasbourg's games. I'm yet to find a game where Sarr has played on the left side of a defense, which is where he'd have to play to get real minutes in this team. Because Fofana can't play there. We've already seen that. Josh can play there, but probably won't. Tosin, we don't want to see. Chalobah and Badiashile are the only 2 dudes who can play left centre back.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think they're thinking about injuries. I think they have that in mind. So
yeah, but that's not
I think Sarr is a backup to Tosin and Badiashile.
Do you know why that's stupid, Marshall? It's because we're doing another thing we love to do in these January windows. This club has a habit of things. One of the things we love doing in these January windows is cancelling loans 6 months in for literally no reason to just halt a player's development.
Yeah, I don't get that.
I don't know if we're going to talk about Datro Fofana and how we terminated his loan after 6 months. When he was
Datro
having
made it to Strasbourg, man. I'm actually happy for Datro, bro.
Why? To go
made
to
it
third
confirmed
choice
yet.
striker. That's
I don't know if
stressful.
you know this, by the way. The guy that we bringing in the summer, Mr. Emeka, injured again. This guy's had 4 injuries.
He had a setback. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another injury, basically. Let's keep it real. That's basically he's re-injured
Yeah,
himself
no.
again.
He re-injured himself and getting back up to speed. That's
And
literally
that's
what
4
happened.
times that's happened, brother. That's 4 times that's happened
But
right now, by the way.
I think it's one of those that. Listen, I don't agree with it, but I see another way of planning and thinking about it. You had Benoit, who's had injury issues his whole career with Chelsea. He just came back from another injury. Who's to say he's not going to get another injury, right? You've had Tosin, who's had injuries this season as well. At some point, I expect Fofana to have an injury. I'm sorry, I don't believe that he's going to stay fit for the whole season. Like, call me negative, but...
The injury, bro. He had a concussion. That's technically an injury.
Okay, well...
Yeah, he's only had 1 injury this season. Since he's come back from
call concussion injury, really. But...
I think he means more like a muscle injury, bro. Like one of those...
like an actual, like, your body can't keep up with you type of thing, you know? So, at some point, that may happen. So, you have 3 injury-prone center backs that you're going to keep until maybe the summer. Yeah, I could see Sar being a backup to one of those 3.
But therein lies the problem. We have 3 injury-prone centre-backs. Which other top team has that?
I'm going to be honest, that is a problem. That's not the problem for this situation. Marshall, I'll say it again. You've got a guy like, and Ahmed's talked about this, and we keep having to talk about this. Your whole model, your entire model, the entire thing you've built your premise on is about development. Exactly. You have a guy developing, he's playing minutes and developing at a club. What benefit do you have towards your model that you've built to bring this guy back 6 months early to use him as depth piece behind 4 other dudes in case one of them gets injured to play Josh Acheampong minutes? What benefit does that have the player? And on then to follow, what do you get out of it as a club? What's the end goal here? What's the plan? What's the reason for any of it?
And that's where you fucked up. You thought we had a plan.
Oh no, I know we didn't. I'm just saying that if that's the idea, Marshall, it's asinine, which is probably why they'll do it.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is fucked. If you're gonna bring Sar back, cool. He has to play football. Like RSM said, if he comes back, you never need to see another minute of tossing at this club.
I agree.
I agree.
You never need to see it.
Listen, Scott.
But like you've said before, Scott, though, like hang on, like you said before, Scott, though, it's not about, like you say, it's about development, but it also isn't. These players are given a 1-year time frame to come in and do their thing. Like we said this before, and like at the end of the day, they can say it's about developing all they want, but really it's about low risk, high reward, and asset retention.
And that's to my
that's
point,
what it is,
Oliver. Right? Like this is where I disagree with you, Scott. I do think the board have their finger on the scale in terms of who plays and who doesn't. And I'll be so real with you. I think a lot of the players we're seeing, a lot of the rotation, like it's no coincidence that Maresca had games where he rotated 7 players out, and now we're seeing it with Liam again. It's like there's a trend here, and I find it hard to believe that both managers are going to do exactly the same kind of thing, and it not be with, like, even yesterday when I was on Footy Judge Mo, and he brought up a good point. It's like, we've known for the longest time, Cucurella is a 2-game-a-week type of player. I even said it on here before where, like, I feel like Cucurella is the type of player that if you give him rest, when he comes back, he gets worse. He needs to play every game 90 minutes to keep that momentum. Why did we rotate him out? I mean,
no.
You know, like, I
what
do
you
think...
say, why did we rotate him out?
Yeah.
Like, how many games did he miss, though? Like, what?
Hold on. We've spent the entire season asking for Hato to play more and for Cucurella to be given rest because the last 2 games he's looked terrible because he looked run into the ground. What are we doing?
I mean,
December I asked for that.
Cucurella's basically not had a backup in 2 years because Vega never played when he was here, and now with Hato, the same thing.
I mean,
but my point in saying that is that I do feel like there is a finger on the scale on this, that although we agree, I think if Mamadou Sarr comes in, he should easily play over Badiashile and Tosin. But I think for the sake of those players' values, they're gonna be playing like Hull City. Hull City, we're gonna see them play.
What do you mean value, Marshall? Tosin cost us nothing. You could sell him for £1 and you'd make money on him.
But we need
Do you
someone to
think
buy
we'll
him.
get that, Scott?
But also when you're trying to
Sanchez, the display,
Tosin plays. I think you need to understand. Like we keep wanting to do this conspiracy theory thing, and it's cool and all until you have to try and make sense.
It's a conspiracy theory.
It is a conspiracy theory because Tosin was. Bro, Rafinha was here for what, a day, and already name dropped Tosin as part of the leadership team. That's why he plays.
Mm-hmm.
He played under Maresca because he'd played under Maresca previously and Maresca trusted him. That's why he played. This whole raising value thing was bullshit because, like, what value is there to raise? You could sell him for £1 and make money on him. You're telling me there isn't a single Premier League club that would buy Tosin right now for $5 million?
Can I ask
If you
a
say
question,
no,
Mark?
you're lying.
No. There's actually a much better argument that you can make here, Scott. Yeah, let's look at Buddy Shield for example, because he's the one that's currently playing quite a bit of football right now, right? If you look at his performances and the way he plays, Marshall, let's keep it a buck, bro. Is this guy maintaining value or is his value decreasing? Objectively speaking,
We said the same thing about Robert Sanchez.
And
Now
I'm
look at him.
wait. But Robert Sanchez has had a good season. I'm gonna give Robert Sanchez credit, right? But if you look at him last season, when we wanted to sell him last season in the summer, well, would he have been able to sell Robert Sanchez, for example?
Before Club World Cup?
That's what I'm saying. It's in that summer window.
Probably, yeah.
It means we'll get profit.
No,
We'll get
but
profit.
I'm asking you
clubs.
for the value. Remember, we bought him for I think 28
Okay,
million
to
pounds.
who and for how much?
Yes.
I think there would have been a club that would have purchased him for like 30, 35 million.
You're off your head. You're smoking crack.
so making a profit on him. So
I don't think we could have made a profit on him.
You're buying Sanchez for 30 million after that last season. You're smoking before the Club World Cup, I would add.
he was the worst goalkeeper in the league last season.
Statistically speaking, you was, Marshall. Unfortunately.
Mistakes, so. I would say someone paid 20.
We weren't making a profit.
No, like the point I'm trying to make, Marshall. I'm not saying the reason why I brought up Sanchez is that is that he probably could have made 15, 20 million on him. Yeah, I'm being generous. I'm trying to actually I'm being a bit more. I'm giving a much more faithful take here. But I don't think you could have broken even on 28 million that he got from him. For example, because of that, because he's like because he's
also, I've actually got another. Right? I've got another counterpoint.
And then, but the reason, but the point I'm trying to bring is if you look at the next guy, right, Buddy Shield, for example, I think we bought Buddy Shield for something like 34 million. It was 34 million, something like that. Yeah, in that range.
Right.
Right now, if you look at his performances, the way he's defending, the stuff that he's doing, we are lucky if we can get 20 million for him. I'm going to be objective in that instance.
I don't think so.
I think we can probably get 20 million for Buddy Shield. I'll keep it real.
Damn, we paid 35 million British pounds on it.
So if the plan, Marshall, if the plan is about either retaining guys' value or improving their value to sell them for profit, why didn't Tariq George play more?
Are they not with me?
And what about Josh Achimpong's value?
Also Josh Achimpong, but Tariq George had a move lined up
more for their potential, though, right?
No. Tariq George, you had the potential for selling him for 20 million in the summer to Fulham. Since that move failed, he's played 4 games?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Cool. He's now gone on a loan with an option to Everton. You've lost value on him because he hasn't played and they didn't give a shit.
Do we know what the option is, by the way?
No idea.
But you're saying it.
Okay.
He's lost value because he hasn't played.
So
these
no,
other
okay.
players like Benoit Badiashile,
no, hold up, Marshall.
No,
Marshall, because this is where your point falls through. I'm telling you about easy wins you can make in terms of this whole value thing. If you wanted to play guys to improve their value or retain their value to make quick wins and sell them, Tariq George would have played more minutes to potentially get 30 M's. Like, who are we more likely to make 30 mil profit on currently? Gittins, Garnacho, or George?
Profit.
George.
Profit.
Sorry.
George, cool, yeah, profit because he cost you nothing. Josh Achimpong, who are you more likely to make 30 mil profit on right now? Badiashile or Josh Achimpong?
Josh.
Cool, there we go. So this idea that, what's it called? You need to play these players to retain value or increase their value. No, because if you wanted to do that, you just do that with Cobham players. We already know we can sell these guys for high amounts anyway. So it's like, you just play them, increase their value. You're making a cool 30 million for each guy you sell. With like we saw with Lewis Hall. All of a sudden, that's like, you sell a couple of them. Like, say we sell Josh and George in the window, that's cool 60 mil you've made. That's more than you're making from retaining Badiashil's value and maybe getting 20 mil from Milan or something. And that's better than, trying to retain a Garnacho's a thing, and maybe you get a 30 million, which means you lose money.
Garnacho's a totally different case, by the way, but
it's not a different case, bro, because we rotated him as well. This is why this rotation thing.
He's a different case. I don't think that contract.
How's that a
the
different
sell-on
case?
clause, the amount that we paid for him, I think us retaining or even making a profit on that is near impossible.
No, how's that a different case? No. Okay, Marco, how's rotating him a different case to rotating in Badiashile because Wesley Fofana can't play more than one game a week?
Okay, can I explain now? Now you guys all done, or does anyone want another?
I have one more take to me. I can't lie to you.
Go ahead, Ahmed, because I've been waiting a long
No
time.
take. I have no take. This is not a take, by the way. This is observation. I can't lie to you. The Scott point on Tariq George was a good one. That was actually a pretty good point.
Yes and no, because
listen.
Go ahead. I'll explain. No. Okay. So the thing is, with George, I disagree. Why? He didn't play at all this season, but you already had bids for him in the summer. Who's to say those bids weren't going to come back in January? The reason the Fulham deal fell through is because of.
Not if he doesn't play.
What?
His value was going to always drop if he weren't playing.
But there were still bids for him. It's not like he's gotten hurt, he's gotten injured. Like, I understand, like, I think when it comes to a certain age demographic, you're paying for potential. When it comes to another age demographic, you're paying for what you're seeing on the pitch statistically. With Badiashile, for example, I think you can still make a profit on him because, one, he's still somewhat young enough, but you look at the stats, like, I'm sure he's good at winning aerial battles. You saw what he was able to do when he was at his best. Injuries have gotten in the way. Like, there's certain things that you can negotiate that give you wiggle room for, say, why you could sell him for a profit, or why you should play him so you can have minutes to maintain his value or improve his value. With Garnacho, I think with the way that contract was written now, with the sell-on clause and everything, and how much we paid for him, and just genuinely just how bad he's been and not looked any better since he's come from United, yeah, I think we're taking an L on that one. With Josh, first of all, they don't want to sell Josh. They've made it very clear they don't want to sell Josh. And I don't think they've even mentioned, like, unless a really enticing deal comes in. So I'm able to believe they're probably not going to sell Josh. So selling Josh for value, I don't think was ever on the table. It's always going to be Tosin, who you got in a free, like Scott mentioned, which I agree, and Badiashile. You don't need to play those players. I agree, right? You don't need to play those players. And by players, I mean Tosin. But Badiashile, you probably need to play because you need to see if you can get the best out of him. You need to see if you can improve him, bring him at his best. We know he had one good game against Liverpool and hasn't done well since, right? But there's potential for a return on investment on that one. I don't think there's a future for him here at Chelsea. With George, yeah, he hasn't played much, but there was already bids for him and negotiations that were probably ongoing this summer that they were probably trying to continue on in January because they ran out of time in the summer. So I think there's nuances to a lot of these things, and the way they see it, a lot of it has to do with just give them minutes, have them play games, and the value will be there.
What I'd say to that is, though...
I'll ask a question then, Marshall, off the back of this.
Sure.
This whole thing about to retain their value, why doesn't Disasi play football anything more for us?
That's a good question.
The reason why Badiashile plays is because he's the only left-footed centre-back we currently have fit and available in the squad. That's the reason why Badiashile plays. He is the only left-sided centre-back we have in the whole squad, and he is one of only 2 players in the whole squad who can play the central centre-back role when you go to like a back three. He's one of only 2.
You're not gonna like this, Scott, because I think this is conspiracy, but like with Disasi, why do you think all of a sudden, now that Liam is here, he's out of said bomb squad and training with...
He's not out of the bomb squad. Has he played football anymore for us?
He was linked to West Ham.
He's been linked to 2 loan moves in the space of 2 days. I don't think he's going on loan because I think, the West Ham one has kind of gone quiet and the AC Milan one has died, I think, basically. He's going to be here till the end of the season. Do you think he's playing any minutes for us this season?
Yeah, he's not going Milan, by the way. He's not going Milan.
Yeah, I think the Milan links are...
Do you think he's playing any minutes for us this season?
I genuinely don't know. I don't think so. I'd hate to see him back in the team, to be honest. but
Cool. He's not. I can tell you now, he's not going to, because they don't because no one wants him to play in terms of the manager. But if this whole conspiracy theory about they're trying to keep guys' value, he would play, because I don't know if you've noticed, Marshall, the interest in him has died. All he's getting is loan options to Villa or loan moves to West Ham or loan moves to AC Milan. No one's coming in with a permanent. No one wants to try and buy him on a permanent transfer, because there's no market for him, not at what we would demand. So this idea again that you want to that he's rotating for keeping guys' value is nonsense. The reason why he's rotating in some areas is because these guys are shit. Like the winger situation, he has to rotate the wingers. They all suck outside of Esteban, who had a personal reason, who had a personal stuff going on. So he had to rotate the wingers. The only one I don't understand is the striker, personally. But outside of that, he brought Palmer back in for Santos in midfield. That's a pretty logical move to make in terms of if you want to put Palmer in the 10. The defense, we already knew the reasons. Like left back, he had to rotate because we've been asking for that. And then Wes and James can't play more. We don't want to play them more than they have to, especially when we've got important games come up. The issue is the fact you have to rotate guys out like Fofana is the issue. And then the guys you're bringing in suck. But this conspiracy thing of these guys have to play, I'll say the same thing I said. If there was this thing of, they're putting pressure on certain guys to play or not play, Palmer would not have played 90 minutes after coming back from an injury.
It just doesn't make sense to me though, Scott, because all of us on the panel know. No. Let me explain real quick. All of us on the panel understand Tosin shouldn't be playing another game at Chelsea. All of us on this panel understand Badiashile is not good enough. And we all know Achimpong can do a job, Hato can do a job, but yet they still get rotated in. So it leaves me in a place where I'm trying to make sense of it. And the only thing that I can think of, or one of the only things I can think of that would make sense is surely you're just trying to get them to play so that you can sell them off because they're just doing nothing but gaining dust on the shelf there. And Disasi is a weird one. I'll be honest with you. You got me on that one. I don't know how to explain that one. But I also don't know how to explain why I keep seeing Tosin in the starting lineup, or why I keep seeing Badiashile in the starting lineup, barring the fact that he's a left center.
Because he's part of the leadership group.
Yes, because he's part of the leadership group and he was trusted by both managers. That's why he plays. It's not Marshall. Why did Conor Gallagher keep playing under Poch?
You know what's a better argument? Mason Mount.
Why did Diogo Dalot keep playing under Ruben Amorim?
Portuguese influence, bro.
Yeah, they're cool. There we go. Why did Mason Mount keep playing? Why did Mason Mount keep playing under every single manager we had, despite whether he played good, bad, shit, whatever? Why did Conor Gallagher play every fucking game under Potter? Not Potter, sorry, Poch.
Poch, yeah.
Marshall, he's playing every single game right now, Gallagher, under Spurs. He's playing every single fucking game. Why is he doing that? There's just some guys, yeah.
Okay, so why does what's his face? As I said, it's probably other guys at Spurs that I'm thinking of.
For this tweet, by the way, but yeah, go ahead.
No, but
why does Bentancur keep fucking playing games at Spurs?
Yeah, man.
This idea or this thing of certain of shit players being trusted by managers is not new. We've seen this for time. Tosin playing is not a surprise to me. He had his old academy manager, and then he has a guy who thinks he's part of the leadership group, which he kind of technically is, which is embarrassing.
He doesn't think he is. He is.
Yeah.
I wish it was he thinks. I wish it was just he's delusional, but
so he's part of the leadership group. Of course he's going to play.
He's also the best friend of our number one player.
That too.
Yeah.
And he's got a director who ex-Man City's vouch for him.
Yeah, so I don't know why this is such a we're trying to make this conspiracy of it's because these guys need to keep bro, it's just because they're trusted by managers. That's the problem, is they're trusted by the fucking manager we have in charge.
Just quickly, I think for me, Marshall, there is a kind of truth to what you're saying. I'm actually not going to, I don't fully disagree, but there is probably a certain truth to the fact that, yes, maybe the sporting directors are asking for certain players, whether they be in Achimpong or they be in Hato, right? Some of these younger guys that they brought in that they're hoping, we've said potential, right? That logically, I actually think makes sense. Why are we not playing Nacho when Kukure's playing way too many games, for example, right? Why is the Tempo not playing when you've got XYZ maybe not playing so well? Like some of these younger guys, even Andre Santos is another one that, you know, you guys have heard me say multiple times before. Now that makes sense, but I do think there's some guys where even I'm like I don't think the ownership is asking for Badiashile to play on a consistent basis. Let's keep it real, bro. Yeah, they're damn well sure telling the Maresca and Rosinia, Axel, the Brick Nation, Disasi, mate. You are holding under 21, bro. You know what I mean? But
What happens when you invite girls in your place? Do you get a takeaway? You get a non-doors?
But like, yes, I feel like for some players there is logic of like rotation and stuff like that. But for some of these other ones, bro, the logic isn't there because of the quality they've shown us. That's the point I would make to you, Marshall.
But well, let's continue this conversation after I read some of these tweets in regards to the Jacquet situation, right? So this has happened over the course of the last 2.5 weeks, I want to say, when the link started to come out. Let's start off with this first tweet I have here. I thought I had, oh, here we go. First tweet I have here. From Ben Jacobs, and it reads as follows. Breaking. Chelsea have discussed Bournemouth center back. Oh, I might as well add this too. We were also linked with Senesi at the same time.
Yeah, we were never getting Senesi.
Yeah, I know. Chelsea have discussed Bournemouth center back Marco Senesi, who turns 29 in May, but Chelsea are more inclined to look for a younger name. Tabs are being kept on Jeremy Jacquet and Jacobo Ramon, and have scouted Toulouse center back Charlie Cresswell. Toulouse. Chelsea looked at signing Virgil van Dijk before he signed a new deal with Liverpool last year. Gahey was explored and ruled out by Chelsea last summer.
I looked at hitting up Zendaya before she got engaged to Tom Holland, bro.
They take us for idiots, honestly.
They really do.
Like,
it remains to be seen if they reconsider their position. I'm sure they'll reconsider. Chelsea have discussed a move for Marco Senesi and then Matt Law. Here we go. So a central defender who could play out the back from would be a big addition for Rosignor. Chelsea have been linked with Rennes center back Jeremy Jacquet and Jacobo Ramon, who only joined Como from Real Madrid last summer. Fabrizio reporting, understand Chelsea held direct club talks with Rennes in the last 24 hours for Jeremy Jacquet. Jacquet part of the Chelsea 3-man shortlist for January at new center back, as they hope to anticipate other top clubs moving on top center backs in the summer. Just so a little cherry on top for you, Scott. We didn't get any of the 3 center backs.
This is so funny to read in hindsight.
I know, that's what makes the show great.
Oh yeah, hindsight is great, man.
So Fabrizio also saying, Rennes have no intention to let Jeremy Jacquet leave in January, but can open doors for sale ahead of summer window. Chelsea approach rejected by CFC. But CFC keen on deal ASAP for the summer. Understand Liverpool and FC Bayern also interested. Trust me, guys, big battle ongoing between Chelsea, Liverpool, and Bayern to sign Jeremy Jacquet. Chelsea and Liverpool would love to sign him now, but Rennes want to sell for summer only. All 3 clubs in conversation with Rennes and the players' representatives. Given Rennes would presumably need a replacement for Jacquet, there may be the prospect of Anselmino or Disasi being what an insult. Or
Ain't nobody want Disasi, man.
Offered on loan to
nobody
the French club.
trading in our Honda Civic for a Ferrari, man.
There you go. I was gonna say respect Honda Civic, but then also very much respect Ferrari. Now we know why he was really brought back. Maybe, I guess. And then, 2 days ago, we had this from CFC Daily or the Telegraph. Rennes are thought to be proposed a deal that would see Jacquet stay until the summer before moving to Chelsea. But Chelsea would rather add him immediately and will hold more talks through the weekend aimed at finding a breakthrough. It's a big fight between Chelsea and Liverpool for Jacquet to join in the summer. They are battling on every detail, every million, both clubs going head-to-head on their projects, the salary, the development of the players, with both clubs trying to get his green light. And then here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Fabrizio Bamba. Breaking. Jeremy Jacquet, Liverpool. Here we go. Deal agreed now for June 2026 as revealed. Understand, fee is 60 million euros plus 10 million euros in add-ons. Jeremy has agreed personal terms with LFC. Agreement done for summer 2026 for one of the most talented center backs in the world. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Here, Flo.
I don't know. I don't know. Listen, I don't know enough about the player. I was all for signing the player, but at the same time, I wasn't getting excited to even give validity to this whole thing. We already went over this, but at this point, I don't really believe half of the links that we get linked to anymore. If we ever get a signing, it's going to be out of left field. Anything that is a drama at this point, I expect to fail, because what is Osimhen? What is Olise? I think the only drama that we've been involved in was in the first two windows where we had Enzo and Caicedo. Yeah, it's like we don't do this anymore, and I don't know.
I guess Garnacho as well,
because I haven't spoken to you in a hot minute, and Garnacho too, I guess. Yeah, I haven't spoken to you in a hot minute. How do you feel about this? Like, are you numb to it like me? Is the price something that you weren't in favor of? Like, how are we feeling overall about this signing here?
I mean, they got charged what, 70 all in, bonuses included.
60 and then
for the
70 in
summer.
add-ons. I don't know.
Yeah, so
Don't know
yeah,
what the
for
add-ons
summer.
are. If it's like, yeah, if it's yeah.
I'm assuming they want the add-ons to be like appearances, stuff like this, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
So that being the case, bro, like if they're getting charged like 60 plus 10, what are we looking at for? What were they quoting us to try to get him right now?
Well, I think this is what I think it's the same price as what we were like, around the same price, because everything we kept hearing was like around 65 million euros.
But there's no
So-
shot if Liverpool paid 60 plus 10 to get him in the summer versus us trying to take him away right now. They would have quoted us a lot more.
I think that's what they wanted as well. I think they were happy to sell him. It was just in the summer, and like I think that's what the deal we were kind of negotiating towards the end of it. I'd look as well. It's like roughly, not including add-ons, it's roughly like 52 million pounds. But yeah, like I don't know. Like I just find it funny how they got this completed in a day, bro. In a day.
I just think that they were charging us a ton of money to try to get him out in the winter.
Well, that's what all these clubs do, right? That's like the big strategy, and that's why the January windows usually suck.
I just wanna obviously say that's not necessarily true. They were asking for us to break the record transfer of Doku, which was I think around about in the ballpark that Finko was mentioning, which I think 60 million. I think it was 61 million euros, right? So essentially, Liverpool got the same price. Basically matched what's it called, the record breaking price they did. So I actually don't think it's that much.
Do you what? So you say he's work? Cause you watched the French League.
My view on him
Yeah.
is very similar to the view on Euro. It's way too soon. If
So
you
you
guys
think 60
remember,
million is a high risk?
it's too high risk. Yeah, like I think for me, unironically, I would have personally have just paid the 50 million you would have gotten for like 50 or 20 million you would have had to pay for the 6-month remaining on Senesi, and then probably looked a bit more strongly in the summer. But again, this club apparently doesn't want to pay for over 25s.
Yeah. Again, like I think my issue with this we talked about earlier. I don't really care about the player itself. I just care about how public you made it and how you've missed out on a player again, despite taking an entire window to try and sign him. Like,
can I get your logic on that though? Like, why does it bother you so much that we keep getting embarrassed publicly with these?
Because it's embarrassing.
What does it affect in the long run, really?
Because it's just embarrassing, and we get taken for a joke as a club. And like I said earlier, the fact you've now got, I think it does affect your standing in the game in terms of how, like, you're viewed by people. Like the reason why Dortmund and Rennes and then other teams can take the piss out of you as a club and potentially demand more than they would demand from other clubs is because they know that you're gonna just, bro.
I mean,
they're getting that money either way. Like we've seen, right? They're getting the money either way, whether they get it now in the summer, whether it's from us, another club. They can just take us along for a ride and take the piss out of us, and that pisses me off, because then you'll have fans like trying to do, like when Dortmund are getting us to spend 55 million, whatever it was, on Gittins after taking us for a ride. You'll then have fans trying to defend these owners over it, like, and defend the sporting directors. The reason why we got taken for a ride is because you're dealing with one of the best negotiating clubs in the world when it comes to selling players, and you've got morons in charge. Same with
I
Rennes.
think
They know how to negotiate, and you've got morons in charge.
the thing is, though, Scott, like I get where you're coming from. In an ideal world, like how we were under Roman, I would appreciate like less of the publicity and all this. But I don't know. At the same time, like, how much can you realistically prevent it? Because the way I understand how these things go is when you want to negotiate for a player, you have to go through the agent, right? To get to the player's side of things, you have to go through the club. And 9 times out of 10, these journalists get their info from the agent. And unless we go up to them and say something along the lines like, listen, keep this hush hush, or we will step out of the negotiations. I don't see how the agent's going to keep quiet when journalists are probably like prying for information and to make this a whole saga again.
No, but Marshall,
where I'm
it's
like,
not like
where's the
Marshall,
solution? Really?
I would hear that. Look at the Koulibaly transfer with the summer we signed him, and look at the Neto transfer. We heard about those when they were on the brink of being completed.
Okay.
We have heard about us being interested in Jacquet for the whole month. I'm not saying it like we could have been interested in the whole month, right? And only heard about it for about a week and a half. I'm cool with that because you've spent 2 weeks or another week and a half or 2.5 weeks, whatever it is, like negotiating behind the scenes. Every big transfer is protracted out across a month, 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
I hate that.
You hear every detail of it. It's either a non-update from Fabrizio or it's every minute detail about the deal, and then it falls through. So I'm saying, like, I'm going to back example, right? I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
How long did it take the Manchester City Semenyo deal to start in terms of the rumor and for them to finish the deal?
What was it, like week? 2 weeks, kind of? Week and a half, maybe?
There you go, bro. It doesn't need to be this fucking protracted thing of a whole month and we know about everything.
Yeah, it started around January 15th.
Yeah. Only us as well. We are the only, like Breezy says it, we are the only club this happens to. No other club has this public, like, every signing they have is so public. Yeah. There's no other club in world football that does their business this publicly.
You know what it is? I'm gonna back Scott here a little bit, yeah, because I'm gonna use another. I'm gonna tell you how you fix this, bro. The main way you fix this is by having competent negotiators, bro. The problem right now, bro, is that
some of the tweets are juicy. Sorry, carry on.
Some of our negotiators, bro, some of the negotiators that we have right now that do our negotiating, which is the sport directors, are not good enough, bro. They're not competent enough, right? That's why the news gets leaked consistently. That's why everything keeps on getting talked about and everything like that, because the guys that we have, are not competent in doing that job. Like, for all of the faults that we can criticize Marina for, being too stingy, being looking at every single crossing every dotting every I and crossing every T, right? At the very least, we knew when the negotiation started, when the negotiation ended, right?
There's a tweet I want to read up, by the way, right? After this.
Yeah, and I think that's the first issue. The second issue, Marshall, is that low-key, I'm beginning to question, if clubs are even taking us seriously when we go for that top talent, particularly when they end up a top talent. Okay, we can go through a grand list of players that we've tried to get in of this upper echelon list of talent that have just fallen through on a consistent basis because of incompetency that we have done.
By the way, there's 2 tweets I'm going to read that I've just seen from CFC Daily. And it goes back to something I said about earlier. Take this with a pinch of salt, but if this is true, it goes back to something I said earlier about players and the way they view this club. If we're just viewing players now, not necessarily the clubs. Chelsea offered exactly the same deal as Liverpool, but over the past 48 hours when it became apparent that Mamadou Sarr would be returning to Chelsea and Josh Achapong was staying, the player changed his mind and decided to move to Liverpool. It is believed Jacquet is likely to play more regularly at Liverpool in the long term as Chelsea's squad is overloaded with young centre-backs. Again, take it with a pinch of salt. Take it with a pinch of salt, but I said this earlier.
But there was a report earlier, by the way, that said that the report earlier, I think like earlier in the week, said that that he preferred our project. So it doesn't surprise me that once the news came out.
I was going to say, and we have now got to a point, and I touched on this earlier, we have now got to a point with Semenyo and with him, regardless of how much we were invested in either of them, They are turning us down for other teams, for rivals, not even just other teams, because I can get turned down for Bayern Munich with Elise. They're a bigger team. We're getting turned down for rivals.
Yep.
We're getting turned down for rivals for players because, and Matisse, literally, the reason I see this is because I'm following Matisse and his tweet underneath that tweet I just said about the overload of young centre backs. It's almost like you can't endlessly stockpile players the same age because talent blocks talent. We've been talking about this for fucking years. You can't have I think, Marshall, was it the last stream, by the way? It was either Lewis's stream or this stream where we talked about like who plays and whatnot. How can you have potentially in your whole squad Sar, Anselmino, Jacquet, and Josh Achimpong, who are all between the ages of 19 and 20 and all play right centre back? How the fuck does that make any sense? Who's playing?
Bro, like it's so stupid because you would have just, to be honest, like we probably should have been done on Anselmino a minute ago. Keep Sar at Strasbourg and just promote Josh.
It should have been you keep Sar at Strasbourg, leave.
Yep.
You don't want to leave him at Dortmund. Cool, find him another loan if you manage to find him another
like
loan.
Dortmund was happening up, so I get take him out. I just think we should have cashed out. I think Anselmino's just like, when you're this young and this injury prone, bro, like as center back, like you're not even a winger, bro.
I agree, but my thing is, even if he's not injury prone, say you like all three centre backs, only two of them gonna play regular minutes. One has to leave. If you rate Sar ahead of him and you like Josh, he has to leave regardless of the injuries or whatever. Because you can't have three right centre backs of the same age in the squad. It's not possible. There are not enough minutes to go around without rotating them every game, and we see the issues in the current squad about doing that.
Anybody got a good vein? Because transfer dopamine ain't hitting no more.
This is not transfer dopamine. If this is transfer dopamine, this is like, you know, you went out, you wake up super hungover and you see like your leftover McDonald's fries on the counter. Like this is the like you're reheating your food from
Marshall,
yesterday.
If this is dopamine, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel.
I know.
This is
If this is dopamine, bro, like hold up. If this is dopamine, we're opening the weed grinder
This is the
to get
player
the
you
stuff
own already.
to get at the bottom to roll
Yeah,
up a
why are
blunt,
we
bro.
doing here? We go for own player.
Yeah, but we get a player for that we own that we just ended his loan deal for. This is
But that was we got the same thing for Strasbourg.
He's get paid by Elon Musk.
We got the same thing for the Anselmino to Strasbourg. We're sending him to a club we own, bro. We got the here we go.
No, you know, by the way, Fab is so shameless because in the tweet he put CFC favorites, Strasbourg favorites to sign Anselmino. I'm like, what are you talking about, favorites?
Yeah.
He's
What do you mean, bro?
Bro,
what intense discussion could possibly be happening?
By the way, people, we're about to have this same issue, by the way. We're talking about centre-backs at wing come the summer. Because how are you telling me we're going to have two 19-year-old wingers and then the other
I'm fine
wingers
with that just because I know Quenda's going to be better. So, like, that's
cool. That's cool. But I'm saying, like, what's the planning of you're going to have four wingers, all of the ages from 21 to 19? How the fuck does that work? And then Satpayev's going to come in, who's 18 and keeps playing on the wing. I said this earlier. He doesn't play up front. He plays on the wing. Who
no, Satpayev is loan, bro. Satpayev is loan for sure.
Cool.
He's loan army.
But my point is, like, they're gonna keep doing this. Where the fuck does it stop? When does it stop? When does it end, Robbie?
It doesn't. Listen, it's been hundreds of years. Have we stopped human trafficking? No. So do you, what? Like, we're just gonna, it's gonna continue, bro. Just human trafficking.
Whoa! I'm not
what do you mean?
sure.
Whoa, we are taking human beings
trades,
from third world countries and then moving them around Europe. What are we talking about? This is human trafficking.
No. We understand human trafficking, but I don't know how we got from human
when you put it like that.
Yeah.
So what is the difference? We're doing the same thing. It's just millions of dollars involved.
We're not human trafficking, man. You know what I mean?
We're going up to these kids. We're going up to these kids. We're giving them false promises. We're taking them from third world countries into Europe and just moving them around countries.
No. Honestly, like, I'm not even joking. We are one step away from human trafficking. Like,
thank
legit.
you. I don't know why Ahmed is doing this fake gimmick where he's pretending that he doesn't understand what I'm saying. He's like, oh my god, how could you say that, right, man?
Ahmed,
give it up, bro.
Patrick Fofana is about to go on his fifth loan joining the club.
Listen, man, we're giving these guys
hold on. No, even better, Scott. We had a manager who didn't even know who Dacho Fofana was.
Wait. You know what we're doing? We know what we're doing. Guys, you know what
I am not a clown.
You know when you take like a year from school, like you take a year break, like or take a year from uni?
No, I don't know. I've never taken a year break from school.
Yeah, well, listen, you take a year break from uni.
Do I look white to you? Like, do you think I would have been allowed to do that?
Oh my god, bro! I've just had a look. Sorry, Bro, David
We need to get a
Fofana.
ban on Marshall, man. I can't lie to you. We need a ban in the channel, bro.
You probably do need it. David Fofana has been here for 3 years and is about to go on his 5th loan at this football club. We are human trafficking. We are 100% human
That's what I'm
trafficking.
saying, bro.
Listen, this is not human trafficking, man. We're just giving the young G's.
What do you mean it's not human trafficking, bro? What's happened to Dewan Richards?
He's rage baiting you. He's rage baiting you. I just saw him smile. I just saw him smile. He's rage baiting you. I just saw him smile. He's rage baiting you.
I'm actually going to give you a better example here. I don't think it's like necessarily human trafficking. I was going to use it. We're sending these kids on excursions, innit? You know what I mean? We're sending them to different countries. We're letting them learn their trade. You know what I mean? You know in wrestling how like so if you're a Japanese wrestler, yeah, they send you on what's called an excursion. So they'll send you to maybe like Mexico.
No, Ahmed, no, you're a liar. You're a liar. Because I know what you're talking about. No,
What,
you're a liar.
6-month excursion to Borussia Dortmund?
That's what we do, man. That's what I'm saying, man.
No, Ahmed, no, you're a liar because here's why you're wrong, right? Because these excursions have a point. The reason is to get better to eventually come and like join the main roster. What the fuck is the point of sending Datro Fofana to 5 different countries in 3 years?
Maybe he's not getting better at the place he's sending him to do the
We have sent him on 5 loans in 4 separate countries. The fuck is the point in that apart from human trafficking?
He can explore the world.
I mean, I was about to say, unless he loves sightseeing, I don't know, man. Like, unless he loves sightseeing.
Listen, man, you know,
I'm saying, bro. Every day, Ahmed got to do devil's advocate, man. Just one day, no devil's advocate. I beg, man. One day.
Devil advocate in the show because, like, you know,
Hey, man, I used to be the devil's advocacy person.
You know what it is, Marshall? The reason I'm trying to avoid using the term human trafficking because of recent events that have occurred. I don't know if you should be using that term.
Oh no! Do you know what? Do you know how I know we're doing human trafficking? Chilwell exists.
He ain't wrong.
He's cooking,
Bro,
bro. He's cooking.
we sent him to Strasbourg for bro. How did he go to Strasbourg? What did they pay us? What did they pay each other? How was he there?
It was a handshake, bro.
It's an undisclosed fee, by the way.
Buonanotte, that's another one.
Undisclosed fee, my ass, bro.
Yeah, exactly, bro. We trafficking his ass.
I thought it was like announced it was for free, but I was thinking how since he has a contract.
He's suddenly. I was gonna say, my man suddenly gave up a 250k a week contract to end up in Strasbourg. Okay, buddy.
There's so many examples. Amari Kellyman was a very shady deal. We look at even Buonanotte as recently, like a half year loan just so he can go to Leeds, like, and then Enciso goes the other way, and that's why we I don't know, man. It's so bizarre.
I still remember the Enciso deal, bro, where he was in, then he was out.
Do you know what?
Hilarious club,
I know he's in the title. We might as well speak about him now. We pulled Paez out of Ecuador to send him to France and England for 6 months to send him back to South America. Explain that.
Talk about it right now. We might as
Hey,
well.
man,
Actually.
that's what
Let's
happens.
do
Listen, we need to tell the young G man to stay away from the.
You just need to get away from the whorehouses, man, and then we send him to Argentina. I don't know what we were thinking, bro.
Can we not? I'm trying to be professional. We're veering into different directions, man. I'm trying to help you, man.
What is true, bro? Why do you think I'm lying? I know him.
Where's the
bro.
lie?
I'm telling you.
I mean,
I'm
I was
not
just gonna say, stay off the vape. I want to say, stay off the vape.
Bro, I know him. Bro, I'm telling you, I know him. Every red light district in Ecuador knows him. Like, what are we doing here, man?
Oh,
You're saying you've seen him at the club. You've seen him at the club, bro.
I mean, I was gonna say you see at the club, but I was about to say, man, you might be watching Paez sex leagues, mate.
Jesus Christ.
You see, so he's actually just accusing me of being a nonce. So you see that, it's all jokes, and then he's like, "Oh, so you're watching underage children?" All right, man. Thanks for that, Ahmed. Thanks for that, bro. Thanks for that, gang.
What? Disrespectful.
You see what I deal with, bro? You see what I deal with from Ahmed, man?
It's the worst.
Oh, sorry.
I took it personal.
I can't like you fell into that punch, man.
So on Paez, actually, I'm glad you brought it up, Scott. Chelsea are considering terminating Kendry Paez's loan at Strasbourg this month. Chelsea deemed the playing time and attitude of the Ecuadorian not good enough in Alsace.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess the hoe's bad in France, bro. That's all I'm saying, man.
Chelsea are considering recalling Kendry Paez from his loan at Strasbourg with the English club, one of the options. And then this is short and sweet. There's not much to say. Exclusive River Plate agreed deal to sign Kendry Paez on a loan from Chelsea. Here we go. Recall Kendry Paez for Strasbourg loan with new talents coming. Paez traveled to Buenos Aires for medical tests as ideal solution is for his development. Season long
Hey,
loan
that's his-
agreed.
That's his Chelsea career dead. Sorry, RSM. I guess you got to find another Ecuadorian player to hope join Chelsea. I guess.
No, it's fine. I got Caicedo, man.
He's got Shinkika, man. It's fine. He's got Shinkika.
Oh my days, bro. What's wrong?
I'm not gonna say what I want to say to Ahmed because I'll get Marshall's channel taken down.
All right, man. Listen, all I'm saying, RSM's been hiding since Shinkika's level's been. You know what I mean? I don't want to speak too much.
Let's not.
That's all I'm saying.
Let's not speak about what Ahmed's last Caucasian hope is. Oh, Asper is right, doing nothing.
Listen, shout out to my Caucasian. Listen, the last Caucasian hope, man. He got a 2-2 against City. W him, man. He's doing.
He did, or
yeah,
yeah,
he did, man. He did, man. Shout out to him.
What did he do?
He got a 2-2 draw, man. I want to give him credit.
He did get an assist.
Yeah. What did your Welshman do? What did your Welshman do today against United, Chris? Huh?
Which one?
What did Harry Wilson do? Lose 3-2 to Sesko. Yeah. Listen. No way, bro.
We see who has more assists than end of season. Gallagher or Harry Wilson.
Bro, I'm telling you, wallahi, bro, if Somalians actually produce football, you'd be finished.
Man. We produce football. You don't need to see them. Alhamdulillah.
Oh my days. So yeah, this is another one too that I'll be honest, I don't know what's going on with Paez at Strasbourg. I don't know if it's performance related or if it's actually
bro was just I'm telling you, bro was just too focused on the partying. That's what it was.
Okay, well, there you go.
I'll tell you what it was, bro.
I didn't want to believe it, RSM. You know,
but that's what I'm saying.
I
don't get the logic though. It's he's too focused on partying. We're gonna send him to Argentina. How does that?
Isn't that worse?
How does that calculate in your mind, bro?
Isn't that actually worse? Because isn't it more acceptable in Argentina?
Bro, I'm telling you, man. Listen, Argentinians love drinking, and they also love their women. So I don't know why we decided sending him to River Plate was gonna be a good idea, man.
I love women.
Yo, Tab, let's respect us here. British Nation, if he puts on the boots, you know what I mean? We're gonna be seeing.
Can you fit in the boots?
We can fit in the boots perfectly, mate. Size 9 boots is easy peasy.
Is that from back?
Marshall can confirm, man. Marshall can confirm. I've got someone that's, that's it, man.
What? I confirm is that you like to wear crocodile shoes or whatever those shoes are.
Yeah, man. Well, listen, what can I say? I'm a businessman. Thank you.
Man walked us through London with those crocodile shoes and was suffering, bro.
I wasn't expecting to walk that long. I can't lie to you, man. That's what I said before. I wasn't expecting to walk that long. I was
walking through the city, RSM, and this guy has dress shoes on the whole entire time.
Yeah, I had my, because I went to work in it beforehand, bro. That's why. So I came from late after work.
This guy's just deeply unserious, man.
No, I met these guys after work, RSM. That's why. So I had dress shoes on because I actually had a job.
It's too funny, dog. It's too funny, man. But yeah, the Paez thing, I don't know. I think it's I think the dream is done. I think at this rate, just going back to listen, not to say River Plate isn't a good team. River Plate's a great team.
No, it's a good team. It's just my issue is it's not the right environment for him, bro.
Can you be honest, man?
We talked about this. We talked about this before. You wasted 6 months of this guy's career bringing him to Europe to get acclimatized to Europe to send him back to South America. You stopped him playing football for 6 months for no reason to get him acclimatized to Europe to then send him back to South America.
Hold on, RSM.
He played a good amount of minutes the first month he was at Strasbourg, but then just
but we're talking about the first half of 2025 when he was just on
before he turned 18.
No, to be fair though, the reason they did that is because again he was whoring around in Ecuador, so hopefully we'll take him in Europe and it'll be better for him. But then
Yeah, but I think taking a guy out of football for 6 months, not playing no matches for 6 months, to then expect him to come back into it and regardless of the stuff off the pitch, obviously, it's just dumb. It's just shit planning again.
Yeah, that destroys your discipline.
Yeah, because what else?
You got all that time. You got all that time that was going to be taken up by football to do more of that. I
was gonna say, yeah. If you what are you gonna do if you're not training? You're gonna go and link up prostitutes and shit. If you're not training,
I was gonna say real quickly. Let us be letting all of the younger Casually FC fans, 18-year-olds and slightly younger. Listen, man, we need to realize, man, say no to prostitution. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts. Say no, bro.
Yeah,
Bro,
focus on education.
I'm telling you right now for
Focus on
free, bro.
education,
The cookie's
Yeah.
never worth it, bro.
Yeah, man. Focus on education, man. Focus on education, man.
Yeah.
This is why this fraud joined.
I'm
the
with David
channel.
on this
God
one, bro.
Damn it, Fozy. All right,
Big up Tariq, man.
You
Big up
got
Tariq.
your
He's a Liverpool
W.
fan now.
Congrats. Hopefully he works out for you. We'll
What do you mean,
see.
hopefully?
I don't actually mean.
Why do you
that,
hopefully, Marshall? Why are you
though. No,
cooking?
I don't mean it. I was saying it.
I hope he flops.
I was saying it sarcastically.
Wow, this is nasty work from me, Marshall, today. What's going on, bro?
That's what I'm saying,
saying
bro.
it
Just straight
sarcastically.
slurping it up, bro.
No, you're just
Oh
playing
my
nice.
days.
Yo, that's crazy. Hey, can we get a yellow card for that? You know, I've been getting yellow
I mean,
cards.
he
You
just
know
gets
what?
yellow cards
Ahmed's got a
himself.
good point. Ahmed's got a good point.
It's because you're a shin kicker, Ahmed. That's why.
That's so
Hey, man, take
We'll
some
give
to
a
that
yellow
one.
to RSM for that one, bro.
Take
First
some to
yellow
that
of his
one,
career.
RSM.
Oh,
First yellow of his career. He saw Paez. Well, actually, no. This is old news, so never mind. I can't even.
Hey, man, Paez, man. It might be even more. Hey, I hope Paez don't get caught in the US, man, doing
Depends on
fighting
the cookie, it's
prostitution as well.
crazy. Hey, this is an
Nice
18
strong.
plus.
He already did,
show,
bro. He
by
already
the
did. I
way.
don't know if you knew that.
Oh, yeah,
I make
you
it.
did
I
that
make
as
it. I make it very clear and obvious in my YouTube settings that this is not intended for children. But what Ahmed is saying is not incorrect, and what RSM is saying is not incorrect.
I mean, if it's not been obvious by the content over the years as well.
Yeah, that's very true.
I would advise not to watch that content for my sake. Thank you.
Go watch it for your entertainment's sake.
Bro doesn't want them to find the receipts, you know.
There are many receipts. Many receipts.
Yeah,
Hey,
but
I'm in there too. I'm in there too. You know, I can't hide from the receipts either. Even on my own channel. But no. This is what I was gonna bring up to RSM. So I remember initially when he was still with Independiente, because of the way their season ended, there was like that big lull that Paez couldn't play. He was actually kind of forced to play like friendlies and under 21s. And that was the only game time he got, which made it even more difficult for him to immediately acclimatize to Strasbourg. Isn't this essentially doing the same exact thing where he's joining River Plate? Doesn't their season end at a different time than ours? And isn't that going to be when their season ends, he's going to have that same issue again where it's like 3 months of no football?
It's a weird one because like there is a way around it, but it potentially means running him into the ground. Their season hasn't started yet. I think it starts soon because they play like it's the opposite way around to us. The only other thing you can do, because I know they do it in like MLS, for example, is at the end of his season, he'd have to come straight in. He could join the team straight afterwards, but then you'd have a situation if he's potentially playing, a season and a half back to back.
I don't think you can do that anyway. He's 3 clubs.
It's different. So you can play for 3 clubs in a season if one of the clubs is like the opposite schedule, if that makes sense. So like because he's playing for River Plate as opposed to playing like a European club or a club on a summer or winter.
Oh, it's a season long
schedule.
Loan.
It's an 18-month loan. EPL Tough is right, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Big up EPL Turf. I didn't notice that. For whatever reason, I just registered.
I think
there was a quote from some of the River Plate staff about it being 18 months as well. So.
Yeah, the most important thing is he plays. Like me and Joey looked at this the other day, and I don't even know if he's gonna play because we looked at their last 5 games, and in every single one of their last 5 games, at the end of last season, they played a different formation every single game. So I've actually no idea if he's going to play, if he does play, where he's going to play, or any of that. So I just hope he plays.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we were just talking about him too. I might as well bring the topic back over to the center back situation because there has been a little bit of an update in regards to Josh Acheampong, right? I didn't put the thing for Josh.
But is it the same thing we've heard every single time?
Maybe. So
no update.
This whole non-update.
So December 19th, we were told about Josh Acheampong's situation with Ben Jacobs. Chelsea are firm in their desire not to let Josh Acheampong leave, but that doesn't stop suitors making formative inquiries. Although Chelsea could potentially add a new senior defender in 2026, it is viewed as unlikely this happens in January unless a market opportunity presents itself that is simply too strong to turn down. Teenage defender Josh Acheampong and Gerald Hato are currently deemed unavailable for loan, despite the latter being linked with a return to his former club Ajax. That's from Nizar Kinsella earlier in the month. Fast forward to yesterday. CF Bayern had this to say: Bayern Munich are keeping track on Josh Hutchinson. He fits the profile Chelsea are looking for and is 19 years old, so will not be so expensive. I think they meant Bayern here, but Bayern still have to wait on Upamecano's decision after making a move for Josh Hutchinson. And Fabrizio just a few minutes ago reported that just in, Chelsea have turned down big money for Josh Hutchinson this window.
Yeah,
I'm
this
going
don't
to
mean
say that was probably Bayern.
Could be Bayern, could have been Palace as well. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. This doesn't mean nothing to me because, like, HA says, just play him. Like, this whole like, oh, he's trusted. Like, this doesn't work anymore. Like, because if he's so trusted, sell one of the other dudes. Like, sell Tosin.
Or just don't play Tosin. That's my whole point. Just don't play him. That's it.
Yeah, don't play him or
never
sell
see him
him.
again.
You could have sold him beforehand and promoted Josh to his place in the squad. So he'd have just been 4th choice centre back in the squad, as opposed to 5th choice centre back. Like,
Exactly.
yeah, this whole thing with Josh is bullshit, bro. Like, actions speak louder than words.
Yeah, which is sad because Josh is actually a good center back, bro. Like, he's actually a very, very good young prospect.
I am of the mindset he should be our starting centre back next to Colwell next season, unless you're going to bring in.
Like, the only way I would agree is if we give him the rest of the season. To this point,
that's fair. Like, for me, because the way I look at it at the moment, I'm saying it should be Colwell starting, and then the other two centre backs for me would be Sar and then Josh, and then you would just need to add one more. Whether you want to add a starter next to Colwell, or whether you want to add a left-sided Colwell backup, and then one of Sar or Josh is the starter. I don't really mind either way. But, like, for example, I'd get Senesi on a free. The funniest thing about the Senesi thing as well, actually, you could get him on a free transfer on a pre-contract for the summer. But I'd get him on a free, have him as the Colwell backup, start one of Joshua Star, and then have the other one as the backup. And it might look horrible at moments, but we've talked about this before. If you're going to play this youth thing, just commit to it.
Facts.
Just commit to it at this point.
I just remembered something, and this is just a moment of me saying, well, I never said this was going to happen. I just said, let's wait to see if it does happen. And it would be another reason for me to want the directors out. Maignan never happened, by the way. I just wanted to shoot a reminder that did.
When you say it didn't happen, what do you mean?
Remember, I kept saying maybe the directors have this master plan of getting Maignan on a free.
Oh, no, Marshall.
Oh, yeah,
Marshall.
that wasn't.
Yeah, it never happened.
I think me and maybe RSM and I think Ahmed, and others said this in the summer. The moment the Maignan thing fell through, that was dead. That was never happening again.
Bro, we told you to put the fries in the bag, Marshall. Respectfully, we did tell you.
Listen,
so that died the moment we didn't get him.
I just said let's wait and see. Because
what do you mean let's wait and see, bro? What? So you thought we were going to sign him?
When have Clear Lake ever circled the block for a target?
Yeah, they've missed out on.
Garnacho. That's it.
The Garnacho they didn't miss out on.
Yeah, Garnacho they didn't miss out on.
Well, they circled round for him though, but yeah, they did.
No, I don't think they
they didn't circle around. They told Garnacho just wait till the end of the year and we'll buy you. That's it. That's why he told.
We never bid for him in January. We were interested since January. We never bid for him. We always kept interest in him. Same with Gittins. We just did the groundwork early for Gittins, Delap, and Garnacho. With Mike Maignan, we act like we never really wanted him. Like, it was an opportunity.
Didn't seem like it, no.
Well, you can tell by the way we acted. It was an opportunity if you could sign him. But they obviously wanted the 12 mil or whatever it was. We only wanted to pay 8.
Yo, son, I still can't believe it, man. Yo, imagine like this man Maresco won the Club World Cup and we're like, all right, we're gonna get you signing, and then we pull up with Garnacho. I would have left too, man. Honestly, I would have left, bro. On God, I would have left.
Yeah, I'd have told him to kick rocks when like Juve came calling or something. Even though Juve's a mess, bro. At least there I have like some say in transfers, man.
That was his reaction.
Hey, can I get a center back? Cole went down. No, you got Tosin, bro. All right, man, I'm out.
And then the literally days after he gets sacked, we're linked with a centre back. And they've now recalled a centre back.
That's the part that gets me right.
No, that's jokes, by the way.
No, hold up. They recalled. No, we gotta get the facts right. They recalled 2 center backs and then sent one out on loan.
Yeah, so they recalled 2 centre backs. You couldn't even do that with Maresca, bro. Like you couldn't even say to Maresca, "I will at least recall a centre back for you." No, you had to tell him no. Internal solutions.
He don't deserve it, man. He don't deserve it. I hear it.
Yo, go kick rocks, man.
He don't deserve it, man. Bowling don't deserve it, man.
You get a yellow.
Yeah, deserved.
For shamelessness. That's some shame. Anyways, speaking of having shame, let's talk about some of our. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna annoy you guys a little more. Let's talk about what's going on with the midfield. We'll start off with the injured ones. We'll call them that. All right. A little bit of news in regards to them. Not really news, more me catching up. All right. First things first. Little cheeky interest here. Apparently, in the beginning of the middle of last December, there was links for Levante to potentially go and pick up Dario on a loan. I'm sure that didn't happen because he got injured again. So that didn't happen. But on Romeo Lavia, who's probably one of the bigger talking points of this whole thing.
Just the first 4 words, the reminder was needed. I can't lie.
Kieran Gill saying January 14th, Romeo Lavia does exist. We promise you. He has been seen exiting Stamford Bridge after the odd game through the press room, accompanied by the club's security personnel. However, the 22-year-old's latest injury remains a mystery amid a lack of updates. It is now 2 months since we were told he would be missing for a minimum of a month. Rosenior says Lavia is back on the pitch, but not with the group. No time frame provided. And then lastly, in fact, 2 days ago, we were told that Lavia did solo work with Chelsea coach today after the team's training session. So Lavia's up and running, at least in training. Allegedly. Whether he's going to be available for any game anytime soon and for how long, God only knows. But yeah, I mean, where are we in terms of, like, are we all on the doomer pill in terms of Lavia? Like, he's not going to stay fit, just sell him in the summer.
Yeah.
Are we all on that same boat?
Yep.
Why not?
I mean, if we get an offer, yeah, bro. Like, if anybody wants him, we should just let him go.
1 second.
Well, that's a pipe dream, isn't it?
Yeah. The other thing is, like, if there's 2 sides to this. Well, there's 3 parts to this, actually, kind of. Either Lavia needs to leave, or Esugo needs to leave, because then you keep Lavia as, like, he's going to play once every 3 months, maybe, and you have another guy who can take his place. Like, so Lavia, in effect, is 5th choice midfielder, or you need to go and buy a 6th midfielder. So, like, you've got one of 3 options. I don't really care which one you do, ultimately, as long as you fix the midfield in some way, because we need to play a midfield free. I'll keep saying that. And we can't play a midfield free all the time when the only 3 midfielders fit are our only 3 midfielders. Yeah. So whether you go and get another midfielder that's like a loan signing, right? It's like a season-long loan for a Douglas Luiz type, even though I don't want Douglas Luiz or Kante or whoever. Cool. If it's sell Esugo and go and buy someone else, or loan Esugo and go and buy someone else, cool. If it's sell both of them, go and buy someone else, cool. I don't care. Just fix the midfield somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Like, I mean, listen, who knows? Lavia comes back. Maybe he stays fit for the rest of the season. Maybe he gets his first 90 minutes. At this point, though, like, so much has been lost in the 3 seasons he's been here and not been available. I think it's cut your losses while you can. And that's the shitty part, too, that I'm saying that about a player whose quality is of the level of Lavia, because we were actually just talking about this the other day, right? Like, players that can receive a ball or are willing to show up for a ball and receive a ball with their back to goal and make something of it. Like, Caicedo can do it. Lavia loves to do that. Enzo doesn't do it. So in terms of a player for a midfield 3, like, Lavia on paper is fantastic. And Lavia on paper is
It's
really,
and for me,
really
it's not
good
even on paper because we see it, bro. Like his biannual Liverpool game. You know, we get one at the beginning of the season, one at the end of the season. You know, where he shows up, absolutely destroys Liverpool, and then gets injured the game after. Like, I think that's why for me it's difficult. I think he's very, very talented, and I think in terms of what he provides to a team in build-up, especially in the Premier League, when you're getting pressed immediately out of your build-up from the back.
By the way,
it's great.
Barco is a horrible shout.
He's not what we need in terms of profile, to be honest.
I'd say in terms of profile, he's not what we need, and in terms of fit in this league, he's not what we need. We watch Enzo Fernandez get bullied on a week in, week out basis, and you want to sign a 6'5", like minute Argentinian man who was a left back, play in midfield, and think he's going to work in this league? Lol. One game against Souček, he's going to break him.
Jeez,
You
Louise.
said 6'5". I think you meant 5'5".
Oh, sorry, 5'5". Excuse me.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
That makes more
and
sense.
for me, the issue with Lavia is, you know, I was willing to wait for Reece to be healthy just because of the fact that I already saw like Reece already won stuff. I feel like he already earned that in terms of my trust of getting him back to a certain level, and Reece did the same thing that Lavia does. Like, you know, they hit the ground running. You know, like as soon as they're back from injury, the level is there, which is really what kills you at the end of the day, in terms of, you know, that type of player getting injured. But it just gets to a point, like, you know, Reece got it fixed at some point. Like, you know, we're seeing regular Reece minutes. You know, like with Lavia, well, we're not even being told. Like, I don't think it ever got to a point with Reece James where we're not even told what the injury is. It's been 2 months. We don't even know what's wrong.
Yeah.
We do know what's wrong. They've mentioned that it's a thigh issue that they've been giving him something to obviously fix it.
When was that mentioned?
That was actually mentioned, I think, a week or two ago. So they gave him some sort of like stem cell or something like that to make sure that he can probably recover from it. If I'm not
They're
mistaken.
trying to turn him into a super soldier, bro, so he can play
Stem
50
cells.
minutes.
Just call it a day, man. What are you doing?
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah. As a result of him not being available, is where we had the bit of a fiasco, a week ago, Ahmed, with the whole midfield situation. So I want to bring that up as well. Yeah, I mean, nothing ever even came of it. That's the hilarious part.
Will you carry on? Every topic we go to and every new facet we look into when it comes to this club this month, I'm gonna say what I said backstage. We are the funniest fucking club in the world.
That's true, bro. It's really funny, man.
That's why, man, I sit back, relax, and just laugh at the comedy and
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride.
Yeah, at this point,
Yeah, thanks for that, man.
That's why I keep saying, Scott.
We
might stumble upon success.
Can you just stop playing games and focus on the ping, please? How about that?
I'm playing games. I'm looking directly at that. I'm on my phone.
Can you?
I'm not playing no games.
Can you respect
also, this guy, by the way, this guy's playing games too. He's not like he's looking sideways. Side profile all the time. He calls me out.
I heard you put down the remote, brother.
No.
We heard the thud. We heard the thud. Like, give it up.
Nah, listen, I've been backstage at the Ahmed household. I know what you're doing in the side.
No, I'm actually watching the Lakers. Sorry, that's why I'm watching them.
Lakers, Knicks. Yeah, bro, it's the first quarter. Give it up, man.
Oh, damn. Okay. No, I can't do it. I'm hosting.
Ahmed, you weren't enjoying the ride when Conte was beating us. If you were in Discord, you would know what the language I was using.
Yeah, Ahmed did crash out. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I've never feared a Somali man until I mentioned Conte in front of Ahmed in person. I was like, oh, okay. I'm not gonna do that again. But yeah, this whole fiasco of not having a midfielder ends up with the whole fiasco we got in January. Now, there's a few links going out and about, some that really spurred up a lot of conversation and some that just looks like it's going to happen in the summer. So we're starting off with the Elliot Anderson links. So January 15th, Ben Jacobs reported here that Elliot Anderson is on Chelsea's list for summer window with the appreciation for Mainu and Wharton too. Liam Rose Sr. will play a role in deciding which names the club go for in the market. And now that Amarim is gone, I don't think Mainu is going to be on that list anymore. I'll be so real. I don't want
Mainu in this football club. Can I be honest with you? I used to say as a joke to United fans, but we don't need Kobe Mainu in this football
if we're going to play a midfield for real, we'd take Kobe Mainu at this football club.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, midfield 3, he would cook.
Actually,
no, I wouldn't.
No, actually, no, I wouldn't, because again, I don't think the fit is right. Because I think even though he's a good player and I like Mainu, and I think if we played a midfield 3, he'd fit.
Scott, you don't think You don't think there could be games where we ask Caicedo to do what we're asking Santos to do? He goes into 6, and then Mino can play that 8 that Caicedo.
No, because I think you see. Well, I think you've seen since Rafinha's come in, Caicedo has looked worse. Whatever the reason is, like I think part of it is down to like him not being able to do that first phase of build-up stuff. And we see, I think he's looked better when he's had Santos next to him because Santos is able to do that stuff.
Well, I don't even necessarily think it's because Santos is able to do that stuff. I think it's because Santos is willing to track back at the same time as him. So in terms of the people that the opposing team need to cover in the build-up, it's 2 now instead of 1. Versus them just knowing, like we just swarm Caicedo and we could maybe get something out of it. Now when there's 2, you can go 1-on-1, and if you go 1-on-1, Caicedo can win a 1-on-1. But it's the 2v1s that's killing him. Where where immediately he receives it in the middle of the park, and from the left and from the right, he's getting swarmed.
Well, I'm saying, man, N'Golo Kante would be able to handle 2v1.
Oh, I'm glad you brought up N'Golo Kante because
I think that's why that's what we miss, and that's why like I know it's been mentioned. Elliot Anderson would probably fix that. Wharton would fix that.
It's just because Enzo never comes back to help him with that.
Enzo wouldn't fix that because even when he does attempt to, he's shit at it.
Exactly, he doesn't. That's what I'm saying. When Santos does it, because he can do it, it works. Because now you have 2 outlets that the opposing team needs to worry about receiving the ball in the build-up. Enzo doesn't do that, and they just know if I can get near Enzo enough to where I can like get something on him, he's coughing up the ball.
Yep, 100%. But yeah, I think that's the type of midfielder we need. So even though I think, and I've debated Joey with the Minu thing, I don't think he would have been good if we'd have still been playing. If we still play the pivot and the number 10 in front in Palmer, I don't think Minu's going to work. I don't think he'd be a good fit, but I think he would be a good fit if we're going to play in midfield 3. But yeah, not to do the stuff that I want from the midfielder. Like if we're bringing a midfielder in, it has to be, like I said, a number 6, a first phase build-up kind of guy. Like a Ruben Neves.
Yeah, literally. Chelsea there are other midfielders with Premier League experience who have also been identified as Chelsea assess their options. Kante is thought to be available for loan this month and has been approached by Fenerbahce, while Neves has been linked to a return to the PL according to Matt Law. Ornstein then drops this bomba, which everyone freaked out about. Exclusive, Chelsea are considering a move to sign Douglas Luiz on loan for the rest of the season. The midfielder is currently on loan at Nottingham Forest from Juve, but has only played 13 times since joining last August, according to Dave Ornstein. And I think, funny enough, I think this tweet came out.
Here we go again, bro. Jesus.
This tweet came out after Douglas Luiz ended up going back to Villa. Once that was announced, I think Ornstein dropped this one. Chelsea declined to pursue Douglas Luiz after initial inquiry. Plan to prioritize Andre Santos and other members of the current squad. Man,
like
I really love to scapegoat our current squad, huh?
Yeah, man, I'm sure.
Another one here. Chelsea declined to pursue Douglas Luiz as Romeo Lavia is now back in training and Isugo will be back in 3 weeks. They have Enzo, Santos, and Caicedo. Sky Cava reporting this, which we know is a mouthpiece for the club, pretty much.
Time is a flat circle, bro. Every fucking everything.
That last tweet there.
Circle. Here you go. This is why we
Marshall. That tweet. That tweet there. That was the tweet version of Tuchel saying we have Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Kovacic and Gallagher. Literally the tweet version of that quote.
I just want to point out August 1st, 2017. So they found this tweet. New City signing Douglas Luiz. I wonder why we were linked to him. Ex-City player. Man had a whole ass afro and braces back then. Jesus Christ. But yeah, that's how we were linked with Douglas Luiz, because he was a city reject. So yeah, I mean, are we actually gonna get a midfielder this window?
No, of course not.
I'm glad to at least see Matt Law reporting we're linked to Ruben Neves. I mean, that's nice if it happens.
It's not happening, Marshall. He's about to sign a new contract.
Yeah, man. Enjoy your Saudi. Enjoy Saudi. You're better off.
He's about to sign a new contract for $400,000 a week, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Good on him, you know.
I do think there's legs to Wharton and Anderson. I do actually think we are interested in both those players.
The fee will be too much, Marshall.
Yeah, Marshall.
Hold up, interested for sure. It's gonna get done though.
Yeah, I'll say we're not paying the fee, so it's a.
At the very least,
it's a wasted conversation.
It's a mute point. It's a mute point, man.
Can I ask you a question? Do you think a ginger would suit Chelsea?
Oh, shut up, man.
Huh?
Like, imagine trying to have actual serious football discussion, bro, and then Ahmed's in the room, like, and this guy's on Sky Sports, bro. Like, can you like?
Yeah, I'm professional.
This is why, like,
I'm professional there.
Your punditry seriously, man.
I'm professional there, but listen, I think.
So notice how so when it's for a check, Ahmed gives his best. When it's for his homies, he just doesn't care. You know, just derail the show.
No. I made that joke because, like, you know, the last guy that we had that was a ginger at Chelsea was actually I think it was Sidwell, if memory serves me correctly.
Great, fantastic.
Or Marco Marin, maybe I think he was ginger too. It's one of those two. But listen, I'm giving Chelsea law here, man. But obviously, I personally would go for Elliot Anderson. I think for me with Wharton, my big worry is they already have Romeo Lavia, injury prone. Man, we don't need that again, bro. You know what I mean? So,
injury prone.
What do you mean? Adam Wharton has been getting injured quite consistently over the last few seasons, bro.
There's little injuries here and there, but yeah.
The thing is, like, I it's one of those things where because he's at a smaller club, like nobody ever hears about it. But
yeah,
no, I'd agree. I think in Glasner's first season he was injury prone.
Hold on, would you like to guess how many injuries he's had this season?
I think he's had 2, if I'm not mistaken, though.
None.
What? Really?
Would you like to know how many? Would you like to know how many injuries he had last season?
Yeah, I know he had 1 big one, right?
2. He had 1 big one and 1 where he missed a game.
Yeah, thank you. But I think they're groin injuries now.
He's had 1 groin injury. That was he had the groin injury which kept him out for I think it was 20 games. Was the big one last season. Apart from that, he had a small ankle injury where he missed a week, and then he was ill for a week.
No comment, Ahmed.
Listen, if that's the case, then I would personally prefer him. You know, I think we need a 6 in the first place to play. So the reason why I was seeing Elliot Anderson was because I think with Elliot Anderson, at least he's been consistent. He's played consistently. He's been pretty. You can do the 6 or can play the 8 role. But for me personally, I've always said Adam Wharton would be my preference. The reason why I'm not I wasn't initially so high on Wharton because maybe because I thought his injuries were quite big, but I thought it was quite injury prone. That's my only.
I thought he had a few injuries in Glasner's first season, but apart from that, like Scott's just said there, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all, man. I'll keep it real.
The reason I personally, I actually think there are legs to these 2 links. I do think we're, like you guys said, we are interested. Whether we actually get it.
Are we breaking our what's a Maduda? Our fuck's it called? Transfer record for either of these dudes?
Let me give context then, because I think this is gonna lead to the next tweet, which I think you're all in favor. I think you specifically are very much in favor for. Whether the rest of the panel are, I don't know where they all stand on this, but okay. So this also happened. There's also links that happened with this. He's denied him now, but where there is smoke, there is fire, right? So Enzo apparently not very happy ever since Maresca got sacked. And we'll start with this, right? So L'Equipe reported that Enzo Fernandez is disturbed by the departure of Enzo Maresca and is weighing up his Chelsea future long term. PSG have added him to their shortlist. This was January 14th. So they also came out that PSG are showing interest in Chelsea's Enzo Fernandez. PSG have made informal contact with the entourage of Enzo Fernandez. They have him firmly in their sights for next season. However, the signing won't be easy due to his contract until 2032. So he's got 6 more years on his contract. And then there's Arkansella yesterday coming out and saying that Enzo is reluctant to move to PSG and wants to sign a new deal with Chelsea. Well, let's see. If he actually signs a new deal with Chelsea, then, that answers all our questions. But I won't believe it until it actually happens. But yeah, I mean, Enzo did get a new agent in the summertime. Usually that signals towards potentially looking for a move away. Some maybe arguing looking for better contract deal at Chelsea. I don't really know where Enzo stands, whether he actually wants to stay at Chelsea or if he actually wants to go to like a Real Madrid or a PSG. But the links are finally starting to come out. L'Equipe isn't necessarily the most unreliable. They're not the most reliable. When it comes to French players, they're pretty good, but now we're speaking on an Argentinian player going to PSG. So if this were to happen, then I can definitely see the move for Wharton or Anderson happening. Could it happen? It could happen as well. I mean, I don't see a world where this is impossible. I think mostly because these directors came in that weird window where we did get him. So this could have been, for all we know, a Vavell, type of signing. Or maybe it was the directors from the beginning that wanted this player. But at the end of the day, there is potential for Enzo to be sold. And if Enzo gets sold, then I think Wharton and Elliot Anderson are coming in the other direction. That's where I stand on it. That's the context I wanted to give.
Listen, I'll be honest with you.
We're paying the money.
I think the question always is going to become, Marshall, do you feel that's going to happen? Are we going to pay the big bucks for Elliot? Elliot Anderson's going to cost you
How
definitely.
much do we think Elliot Anderson's going to go?
80 million minimum. 80 million minimum.
80?
Yeah.
I think that's
100 million.
Wharton might be 90. I'll be real.
Yeah, and
Bro, hang on.
bro. I'm not trying to pay 80 for Anderson, bro. Like, respectfully, bro, I'm just not.
Why do we think it's going to be 80? These men were pissed that they Spurs were going to get Gibbs White for 60.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But 80 makes sense though.
Why does it make sense? No, Ahmed. Let me rephrase. Let me say that again. They were pissed. They were only going to get 60, 65 for Gibbs White. What makes you think they're going to give us Anderson for 80? They're going to say 100 million or leave.
Oh yeah, good point.
Especially depending on how he's going to World Cup. I think he'll start in the World Cup.
We forget who we're dealing with here, Mr. Marinakis.
Hey,
he's gonna say 100 million or leave the table.
Leave the country.
I mean, I don't know if you can say that, but you can say it in Greece for sure.
I don't know.
If you know, you know, man. If you know, you know. That's what I'm gonna say.
Also, we again, I go back to it. We know these guys can't negotiate to save their life, so they're gonna go walk. They're gonna walk into that ballroom and go, "We'll give you 55," and like toss it, and they'll laugh.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I mean, I feel like there is something there. It's definitely two players to watch closely, because I think this summer both those players leave their current clubs. Whether it comes to Chelsea or not, I don't know.
I think Wharton definitely leaves. I think Wharton's the easier player to get. I will say that much, considering how much of a mass exodus there seems to be from Palace at the moment.
Because I think we all agreed, like, we're gonna need new midfielders. So we have to get someone. I just don't know who. I would hate to see another youngster roll through. I'll be so real.
Well,
Barco? Is it gonna be Barco? I don't know.
Why do you hate the youngsters, Marshall, bro? Why do you hate youngsters, bro? What's going on?
I don't.
Kids.
I just don't want to see another youngster for the midfield. Another unknown entity. Like, I'm tired of it, Ahmed. I'll be so real.
How about you back the lads, Marshall?
Oh man, how about you should have fucked up?
I'm sending this guy off, man. So, enjoy your Lakers game, bro.
No, chill.
Yeah, no. You can sit this out. You can sit this one out until the next topic. I'll bring you back on, but like, sit it out. Chief, enjoy your Lakers Knicks. All right. I hope the Knicks win for your sake. But yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of rumors going around. I mean, I think the Enzo rumors have not stopped. I could see a world where potentially he does get sold in the summer, and then that makes room for other midfielders. But then you got Lavia, and I'm not gonna give up on Isugo because of one bad season of rough injuries. If it happens again, then shit, here we go. You know, the only
club that's gonna buy him would be PSG, because Madrid isn't putting up the money.
I reckon Madrid might. Like,
nah, bro, the way Perez is moving, bro, they have to fix that entire. They have to fix that entire backline, man.
No, that's fair, but I think depending on if they get big money for other players, like obviously Rodrigo could leave. I would not be shocked if one of Vinny or Mbappe ended up leaving. Most likely Vinny.
Again, but even if that's the case, then they would need to replace them in the front line, and they need to fix their backline completely. In which case, once again, like, midfield is not the priority, bro. That's like the least of their worries right now.
You're talking about Real Madrid's worries?
Talking about Real Madrid, yeah.
Yeah, that's the least of the worries, in my opinion.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I just don't see Madrid really gonna be going for it.
Yeah, it's yeah, I agree with Arsem. It's gonna be PSG probably if any team were to go for it. Yeah, I mean, nah, Barca ain't got no money, bro. They ain't gonna touch him.
Nah, Barca's broke, man.
Yeah, they ain't got no money. So it's definitely one to watch because the midfield has to get addressed in the summer, and I just don't see any other links. So it has to be one of these two, and if it's not one of these two, I worry it's gonna be another unknown entity. Which again, I'm just tired of it. Like, we already have the experience midfield, right? In Enzo and Caicedo. Why break that apart? You know, why get rid of Enzo to bring in, or why bring in another youngster? Like, we don't need that. So,
what I would say, Marshall, is like this whole thing, particularly the narrative that like they said Enzo is disturbed by Maresca leaving.
Yeah.
Because we heard the exact same thing, but on a wider scale, that you know, the dressing room was in chaos with Pochettino leaving, and that turned out to not be the case at all. There was harmony. It was fine. Like, we moved on. So I don't like the word disturbed. He might leave for I don't know if he'll leave or not, but maybe I just don't think for that reason. I think they're exaggerating the hell out of that, or they're maybe even fabricate. It feels very cookie cutter sort of reporting for a manager sacking.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair though, like, I can see like the more experienced players, right? Like James and the guys that have been in this project for the longest. I can see them, you know, that sacking causing a lot of frustration, because it's like, what the fuck? Here we go again. Like, we were hoping for stability, you know, and now you're cutting that again for the sake of, you know, you guys can't agree, right? Or they're butting of heads and you force the manager to walk out. Now there's this new and experienced young gun who, funnily enough, he relates to the players and stuff because he's almost as young as they are. It's just, I don't know, man. It's all just kind of like unorganized chaos, and it's just a recipe for, I think, players eventually getting disgruntled. So I see some validity in it, but I agree with you. I think the wording of it, I think it's a lot of it's there to cause just to stir the pot, really. All right, I'm gonna move on to the next topic, anyways. But go ahead, Ahmed.
I was gonna make a quick point, which is that, listen, if Enzo wants to leave, even if he wants to leave or not, I think we should cash in on him this summer. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is just my opinion. You're never gonna be financially able to ever recoup, you know, the money you're gonna make on him. Then I think this summer.
I agree, but like my only worry is who the hell do you bring in to replace him?
I get
it
that.
Could be one or like it depends what you want to do.
To be
right?
one of those two. You know what I'm saying, Scott?
The thing is, there's a world in which you could not sell Enzo, and you could still make a midfield signing. It could kind of make sense, and you could move the team. But like, it requires us moving away from this. I don't even know what to call it. Just this inherent and incessant need to play with a number 10. Like, just if you play a midfield three, this whole sell Enzo thing kind of doesn't die fully, right? Because there's always going to be a question of could you like improve on him or whatever. But it quietens down, right? Because then you start to see less of his deficiencies. You start to see like more of what like he is able to do in terms of the goal scoring and whatnot and everything. You don't have to worry about him defensively. You start to see better of Palmer as well. Like, if you just play a midfield three of Caicedo, Enzo, and Santos, or Caicedo, Enzo, and Wharton, if you want to go by him or whatever, then it's fine. The reason we have these conversations about Enzo is because every manager we have seems to have an incessant need to go 4-2-3-1 with Palmer in the 10, which if that's the way you're going to play, Enzo Fernandez is not suited to play that formation in this system. Like, we saw it yesterday. Taking the goal, the game-winning goal out of it, because that was very good. In terms of just his impact on the team, he was a net negative yesterday. Like, I think he was a complete net negative to the team in terms of how we wanted to build up, how we wanted to defend, how we wanted to transition from defense to attack as a team, taking too many touches, not creating nothing. But unfortunately with Enzo, that's kind of what you're going to get with him. And we've seen before, you kind of allowed it in instances because he got goals like he did yesterday. That becomes an even bigger allowance if you have another midfielder in there, because then you don't have to worry about him defensively. So yeah, like, I think so much of the conversation about Enzo, and he's such a weird player to have a conversation around because of the fact he gets the GNA but has stinky performances.
Mm-hmm.
You could fix this tactically so easily. So easily.
Yeah, every season it's the same thing with Enzo, man. He's just the hot button of debate, and I'll be real, I'm exhausted of it. Like I've given up on fighting Enzo's battles. Like
I'm gonna keep it real, man.
Like
I just want us to say there's two countries that I think generally footballing wise we should not be approaching for. Yeah, as long as either they have the similar agents, or just in terms of talent that we're gonna be able to get from right now. One of them is going to be Portugal. Thank you, you know that. And I can't lie to you, low key. Secondly, it might have to be Argentina, bro, because I feel like a lot of the Argentinian talent that we at least have been attracted, and some of the recent ones, bro. When it comes to EPL football, I don't think they can do it, bro.
We gotta go from the Brazilian league, bro. It's a good physical level.
Yeah, I'll keep it real. Yeah, Arsenal's right, bro. It's got to be that league.
Nah, bro. Like I'm with you. Like I know about the Argentinian league, and some of the people that Boca and River have in their team. I'm like, this is slowly turning into a retirement league, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, no one's talking about Mastantuono, right? He was so hyped, and he went to.
No, but I think Mastantuono, and I think what Ahmed is saying and what RSM is saying is good in terms of, like, you don't have to cut off the Argentinian thing, but I think it's positionally, right? Like, if you're going to sign a combative midfielder, like, to play in this league and to have the physicality, why, unless I'm signing like a real bastard like a Paredes or a De Paul, who the fuck am I buying from Argentina to do that? I'm not.
Even then, bro, De Paul is so limited technically. Like,
oh no, 100% is. But I'm talking if you want that combative midfielder kind of thing, then you go and buy one of them. But if you want a real combative midfielder who can, like, add the technique into it, you do go to Brazil. Or if you want a cheaper option and you want the combative thing, you just go to one of the, like, you go Ecuador or Colombia or something.
I mean, Scott's got a really good point. To be fair, look at the Brazilians in the Premier League. You got Joe Linton, you got Bruno Guimaraes,
and
Casemiro.
What you sign the Argentinian?
Bro, you even have a what's the Brentford guy, bro? Igor
Thiago. What you sign outside of a couple players, obviously like Garnacho, for example, what you sign the Argentinian players for is the silky stuff. It's kind of similar to the Brazilians, but it's more of the, like, technical stuff in the attacking third mainly. You might sign a couple of defenders because they can give you the combative nature, and it's like, it makes sense, like a Romero when he's not trying to headbutt or break guys' legs. Like, yeah, it's just that's what you go to those countries and buy. I don't quite understand trying to buy a. I mean, I understood it at the time, but it hasn't worked fully in terms of he hasn't been worth what we spent on him.
The problem is, like, also I think you also need to look at it from a perspective, like, even when you talk about De Paul, when you talk about Paredes, bro. I hate to bring up this guy because you guys know I like him, but bro, that's essentially, bro. There's like a lot of Gallaghers in the universe, bro. I can get that type of guy in the academy, bro. I'll keep it real.
100%. I've said this before.
Yeah, like, bro. You always get a dog in the academy, bro. Keep it real. It's not hard to find.
The annoying part, though, is that, like, again, this is the part that has me vexed. The Enzo we're seeing now is not the Enzo we were sold, or at least the idea of Enzo that we were sold on. Like, what people were hyped up about, what they saw from Enzo at River Plate and Benfica, even the World Cup. This version of Enzo we're seeing this season, although he's getting GNA and he's one of our top goal scorers, I believe, which is great and all, right? That is far from the Enzo or the idea of Enzo that I was sold when he initially came to the club. So
I agree,
but my issue with that is, like, bro, like, do we really want Enzo with the ball at his feet in our own half that often? Because I'm be real, like, if I'm a prem manager and I'm like, oh, the plan is to let Enzo have the ball deep, barbecue chicken. We're pressing him, bro.
No,
He's a press trigger.
Awesome, but I don't think you're getting. I think Marshall's point. What you're saying now is true of the NZ that we know right now, right? But the NZ we potentially thought we were getting was a guy that was going to be press resistant, that could be the deep play and playmaker that we needed, right? And I think the guy that we've got now, essentially, and I said this before, he's no different. He's just a much better version of a Mason Mount, a much better version of a Conor Gallagher. Let's keep it real.
He's a techier version. He's a techier version.
Yeah, he's a much better version of those players.
Or you could say he's a slightly less riskier version of Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
True. Yes.
Here's what
Like, he covers a little bit less ground, but he also doesn't spam the ball every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So, like,
it should be. Yeah. Enzo doesn't grenade launch like that. So
exactly.
Go for it.
What I'm not getting is, guys, we need GNA because our wingers are shit. Quenda's coming in, and what does he provide? Not goal scoring, playmaking.
Assists.
Sure. But it's assists. Thank you. No one scores goals. So you know what? I'd rather keep an Enzo. How about we improve our defense? How about we stop getting shitty center backs where we have to fucking worry about this bullshit? Because right now,
I mean, hold on. We're not disagreeing. The only reason we're arguing this is because there's reports that Enzo might leave or there might be offers for Enzo.
But right now, we're talking about all the negatives, which he's shit. Not shit, but he plays shit majority of the time, but he's getting GNA. But right now, because our wingers are so shit, I'd rather have a midfielder who plays shit but is getting me GNA. Because our wingers, besides Esteval, are not giving me GNA. That's the issue. That's the fucking problem. And then if we have better wingers, I agree. We can get a better playmaker who can handle the ball better and less GNA. But we need GNA. That's the problem. So right now, we're getting Mamadou Sarr before the window closes. Hopefully get a better defense. Like, obviously, if it's 100 million, I completely agree with you guys. But anything under 70, they can fuck off. Madrid can fuck off. I'll be honest.
How many years does Enzo have left? What, 5?
He's got till 2035.
Yeah.
No, 2030. No.
31, I think.
I just had it. God damn it.
Yeah. Because if he gave me 25 GNA last season, he's on 15 this season. If he's giving me over 20 GNA as a midfielder in all comps, that's also kind of hard to replace right now in world football.
2032 RSM.
Especially when we have shit wingers.
And
the Delap who can't score goals. So we're right, and João Pedro's on red hot form. So that's why we're also like, we can do fine.
I get what you're saying, yeah, and I don't disagree with what you're saying, Corey P. But I think this is the time I'm gonna have, yeah. I do think our goals could potentially be more spread out. Hear me out here, yeah. If we had a guy that was doing that 6 role a bit more effectively, such that there would probably be another midfielder that could probably play that box-to-box role as well, alongside Enzo, right? That can take that burden of goal scoring, and maybe having the extra midfielder free allows maybe the other striker, whether it be João Pedro, whether it be a Delap, right, or maybe one of your wingers, right, who kind of becomes the inside forward potentially to do that job too. That's probably the only thing I can say to you.
But that's what we thought last season. We thought we're getting not Garnacho, but we're getting Gittins, we're getting Esteval. Neto had a decent end to his Club World Cup season. We're getting rid of Madueke, who has a fan base we didn't like, and he just got GNA recently. So we were like, oh, and Enzo can become the 6 more, and we can get more GNA, right? But also our wingers are still shit. And next season, who are we getting again? We're getting Quenda. I rate him. I generally rate him. Assist, playmaking, sure. So then, in that sense, maybe that can help. But still, we still have a Garnacho. We still have a Gittins currently who's not playing well and not getting GNA. And João Pedro is on amazing form and long may continue. But Delap still fucking can't score a goal and gets yellow cards every time.
Fair enough. I get that. I just think for me personally, it's just, I think the issue we have right now is more so a quality problem. That's
yeah,
what
I agree. That's what it is. Yeah. If I'm not getting 70 million for Enzo Fernandez, I'm not looking at that deal. That's what I'm saying. Anything under 70, they can fuck off. Because you know what's gonna happen. We're gonna try. Even if we go for Anderson, what's gonna happen? Fucking prem tax. They're gonna quote a 60 to 70 million alone for him.
No, 67.
For Anderson, yeah. Watch this shit happen. He's English.
It's gonna be 100. I told you.
Huh?
It's gonna be 100 million.
I know. I'm just saying as an example. Like, yeah. Thank you. Even fucking worse.
Check it out, guys. So I remember seeing a graph on Enzo Fernandez before he came to Chelsea. So this was this year and last year in terms of like last year is the red, more key passes last year, more possession won last year. Forward passes looks like he's doing more this year than last year. That's all cool and all. This is what it looked like when he was at Benfica. Oh, wrong button. Left defensive mid, first of all, right? 1,188 minutes played, 21 years old. Progressive passes per 90 in the 90th percentile there. Dangerous passes per 90, 90th percentile. Accurate passes, like the passing stats are through the roof. Through the roof. And then you have, dribbles per 90. He was never much of a dribbler, but even the shots, expected goal contributions, shots. Again, it was Liga NOS, right? Which we've seen carries a heavy tax when it comes to the attackers and, Gyökeres, Darwin Núñez, name your attacker, right? But it's just totally different what we're seeing now versus what we were sold. So, again, I'm not trying to make this like a whole Enzo issue, like we're losing because of Enzo, all this and stuff. Like, I will admit, in the last 2, maybe 2.5 months, Enzo Fernandez has not been good enough, right? He's just been getting away with GNA, and I agree on Scott with that. But at the same time, when he's at his best, even look at this number right here. Defensive duels won, 68.1 percentile. Like, it wasn't even that bad. I don't even know if he's anywhere near that now. It's just shocking. I just think the Premier League is just not really suited for him. What? Exactly.
Who was that? Who was that?
That timing could not get more perfect.
He saw the defensive contributions. He was shocked.
He was shocked, bro. He was shocked.
That's amazing, yo. Shout out to your brother.
Yeah, shout out Zuber. But yeah, man, I don't know. I just thought it was interesting to bring this one up. So,
and at the end of the day, I'll keep it real, man. Listen, when it comes to Enzo Fernandez, let's just get him out of the club, bro. Let's keep it real. If we can get better, let's get him out. I'll keep it real.
The thing is, though, like, HA and anyone else that is more favorable towards GNA when it comes to players in general, I never complained about Kovacic in his team or Jorginho. And people would love to complain about them because of the lack of GNA. I never complained about them because the way I grew up, center midfielders help you build up the play, and the GNA needs to be coming from your attackers, whether your wings or your strikers, or even the 10, which none of those players I just named are. As long as you can dribble in the midfield, progress the ball, and make it keep the momentum going forward, I'm happy with that. Enzo has been struggling with that as of recently. What has he been doing? Box crashing.
Well, our greatest ever legend, please not way comparing, but a certain greatest ever legend was not a 10. He was an advanced state that box crashed. We also had a Michael Ballack who did similar roles. Just saying.
Yeah,
Frank Lampard had way more to his game than Enzo does.
Yeah. I understand that. I understand what Corey Parrott is saying.
I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree with Corey Parrott.
I'm saying in terms of Marshall saying, "Hey, I expect my midfielders." I agree, but our greatest ever legend was an advanced state, not a 10 who boxed.
I want to make this point, by the way, and I think this is a necessary point to be had. Enzo doing all this box crashing, doing all this thing. It's all well, it's all well and good. The problem is, he's almost doing alchemist there. He's doing an equivalent exchange. And for every goal he scores, there's an equivalency happening, right? Because he's shit defensively.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean?
I realize the reference you were making. Fucking Christ. Yeah, I got you.
That's an equivalent exchange, bro. Yep. Legit. That's what. Sometimes it works out in our favor where he outscores whatever is in behind, which is not obviously just due to his fault. You got defenders that are shit as well behind him, right? But that's what's going on right now. I think for me, the one thing I will say about Enzo is just that I do feel like if you have a bit more of a balanced midfield and he's not and you have two other 8s who can split that up and are much better defensively, I would just take that, in my personal opinion.
I agree. That's why I'm pointing out this for a reason. I personally don't think this team is getting the best out of Enzo. For as much as we want to argue, like, this is a system built around him and all that, I don't think it's getting the best out of him. I don't think this is the best of Enzo. And to be fair, I don't think this league is where you're going to see the best of Enzo either. So I'm of the belief that if you can get a good amount of money for him, I would cash it out right now. I would cash it out right now and bring in someone who is better suited, like a Wharton or an Elliot Anderson.
The one
I like
thing,
Enzo. This is one of my favorite players. In the club,
can you bring up Ray Allen's point? So the thing is, Ray Allen, I understand. I understand the point he's making is that obviously the wider fan base is still going to complain if you bring in a Wharton or any, right? But I think the fundamental point still is that I think if you just have a decent midfield, which can give you some goals and assists in general, right? But our problem right now is just the wingers that we have, are just not good enough, right? Barring Esteval and Palmer, right? The rest of them, are dead weight right now, with all due respect to them.
Yeah,
that's the problem. If our wingers were competent, I really sorry.
No, I said don't respect them. They're dead weight. They're just dead weight.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
I agree with what I'm saying too. I think that doesn't help Enzo's case.
It doesn't help, and what?
In terms of our wingers not being good enough either.
Yeah. The system is getting the best out of no one, in my opinion. I actually disagree. I've said this before. This system is for Enzo Fernandez, bro. A lot of people don't like me saying this, but the reality is the system we play, whether it be this one or done previously, caters to him in attacking forward sense, bro. Yes, it does. Because I don't see it, though. Bro, where does all of our final balls go to, bro? Does it go to our striker? I know. It goes always to him. So therefore, the system is catered to him. It is.
No, it goes far post, bro. It goes far post. The thing is, though, that's the thing. Like,
it does.
I would agree with you, Ahmed, if our wingers were actually competent, because it would give me more of a visual. But because our wingers aren't competent, I don't know what exactly the system is supposed to be getting the best out of. Because as of right now, the system just looks like give the ball to the wingers.
Pedro is getting the best out of.
There you go.
No, Danish, you're not getting the point. We originally bought him to be a DOP. He doesn't play the DOP for us, bro.
Yeah.
He doesn't play like that for us, bro.
And that's the Enzo we saw. That was the Enzo. Like, literally, if I pull it up again, the Benfica stats were from left deep lying playmaker. He was part of a double pivot at Benfica. And that's what we purchased.
Exactly.
We don't use him like that anymore. So it's just, again, like, we're not going to see the Benfica Enzo because this isn't the Benfica Enzo. This is now box crashing Enzo.
I think it's a bit disingenuous. Like, I know listen, I agree that Delap is not good enough for us, but I do also think it's a bit disingenuous on Delap that, the level of chance creation he gets compared to, like, maybe an Enzo Fernandez, I don't think it's the same level. And I would agree with that. I would unfortunately agree also with João Pedro, and I'm saying this not from one game, but throughout the season. We have to look at this objectively, guys. Throughout the season, the number of opportunities that our own strikers get is limited. That goes for both.
No, I'm gonna be honest. After watching the game yesterday, I'm not hearing it for Delap. Like, because you see the João Pedro goal that he scores. The reason why Delap doesn't score is because he doesn't get in those positions anywhere near enough. Like, why is it my number 10 is running, like, is making the back post run, or my striker is on the edge of the box?
But that's the thing.
And then do you know what the thing is? Hold on. Do you know what the thing is? Is when
Delap
does get chances in behind, or when he has played the ball, he'll make touches like he did yesterday. When Palmer plays him through and he's 1v1 with the centre back and he takes a huge touch inside and loses it. Delap's just cheats. Like,
Delap is not good. There's nothing to disagree about. Delap is not good enough. I hear you. But I think the point I make for both himself and João Pedro is at times I do feel like they're lonely up top. There's no food for them. I don't know. I feel like that's the best way to put it at times for both.
Okay.
I'm not saying that for one. I'm saying that for both. By the way,
I think this is a good analogy here. I think Delap is getting service, but you're trying to feed a dog fish food. Because our wingers are not smart enough to give him the right service. Yesterday's game, and Scott will probably agree with me, yesterday's game, if we had an Osimhen there instead of Delap, Osimhen's eating all day. Why? Because the crosses over the top, the far post crosses, all that stuff that Neto is doing, and the only thing that Neto likes to do,
Bloody hell.
it's there. It's there. And what happens? It goes over Delap's head every time. He doesn't jump for it. When he does get a header, he misses it from 0 yards away. We saw it yesterday with Gusto. He missed the header.
Marshall,
and that's why yesterday's game, what happens? João Pedro comes on. What does he get? A header. Like,
no, but Marshall, I'm gonna be honest. Like, you know my thoughts on Pedro Netanyahu, but like,
yeah,
even when he does manage to get a good
in on the Pedro Neto is anti-football, man. He's the anti-life equation.
Even when he managed to get that one,
He's the anti-life equation, DC.
even when he does manage to get that one good cross out of 100 into the box, the Lap's aerial threat is not good. And like, I'm gonna be honest.
He's not a smart winger to. Hey,
no, it's got nothing to do with Neto. It's got nothing to do with Neto in that situation. Our issue with the Lap is tactically, we have a similar issue to Arsenal with Gyökeres.
Yeah,
I'm not saying the Lap is the same level. We have a system that does not cater to a typical, like a prototypical number 9 who just wants to get in the box and finish. We do not play a system that caters to that. So why have we got one that plays up front for us? Samu would not work for us as well because it's the same.
I agree. That's the point. No, you know what, Scott's
we don't play in a system because some of it is system based and some of it is a fact of we're going to face low blocks every week, which he is not used to. Like the reason Delap sucks in this team is not because of lack of service, it's not because he's not getting chances, it's because the runs he makes are arse 9 times, or like at least half the runs he makes are arse. When he does get the ball, his touch is horrendously bad. He doesn't make his box movement is awful when playing against a deep like defense. Aerially, he's not good, so he can't even make use of the crosses that we put in when we just start spamming crosses. Yeah, the Lap being shit is because the Lap is shit. It's not because he gets lack of service.
No, Danish. I get what Danish. The problem is, with the crosses argument, we don't even cross to the middle of the box. I've said this before multiple times, bro. The way we cross is it's literally to the edge of the box. That's why our crosses vast majority of the time and land, right? And so if you're a striker, bro, you're going straight through the middle, bro. You're not trying to go to the end. You're going straight to the middle because that's what you're expecting the ball to be. You're in the middle, you're driving into the middle of the box. You're expecting the cross to fall to you within that area, and then it's about hitting the necessary corner, right, in front of the goal. You're not going. The guy that's going to be at the far end of the box here is either going to be maybe your 10 if he decides to drift there, your winger, or the fullback, right? If he's driving there, that is the issue. Like, I think that's something that I've spoken about multiple times here. Our crosses don't go to the middle, bro. They go to the edges. That's why, by the way, Pedro Neto was scamming a few things.
But even that's the thing that I'm trying to get at. I think we're all right in our way, but just to kind of bring it all together, I think, sure, Ahmed, what you're saying is correct. However, Delap, I don't think is the type of striker that needs service via a cross or anything in the air. I think he needs ball to feet. And to the point that Scott was saying, I also don't think he's the type of striker that's meant to hold up the play and help you build up. He's the type of striker that at Ipswich, you find him, he makes a run in behind, and you put him in a position where all he has to do is either go left or right with a shot. 1v1 with the goalkeeper, which is not the type of football that we've played. It's not the system that we have. If we were in a counter-attacking system, maybe he's better suited for that. But we don't play that. And I think it doesn't help that we have wingers that, outside of Esteval or Palmer when he's there, they don't service him in the correct ways. Garnacho, first of all, can't even get any service anyways. He can't cross, he can't do anything, so he's useless. Whenever Gittins is there, whenever Gittins actually manages to win a dribble and get into the box, what does he do? He wants to do the on-the-ground pass into the middle, and that's not the position where Delap is found. And then on the other end, you have Neto, who he will never cross it low, driven, nothing. All he likes to do is cut inside and then do the far post cross, which will never find a lap. He won't score you from headers. He won't do any of that. He's very raw in that sense. That's why we only paid 30 million for him. So I think at the end of the day, I don't think he's good enough for Chelsea. I'm not trying to defend him, but it's like, I think it's a culmination of a lot of things, not just the fact that like, oh, it's as simple as, oh, he's shit. Like, I think that's part of it, and I think it's part of like everything else. The wingers not serving him correctly. He is not in a system that suits him. And I also think like sometimes we just don't find his runs, because when I was watching him at Paphos, he was making nice runs. There was gaps there for passes to be made, but the risks were not taken. So
I think he's just shit. I'm be so real. I think yesterday showed that. Like, I think this idea we're not creating chances or catering to him. No, he just doesn't suit this system in any way, shape, or form. Like, he's never going to succeed as a football club.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And again, I'm not. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I think
I just think, I actually think 99% of our problems would be solved with better wingers. Genuinely, all of our problems, like 95% of the issues we have, like defensively, there will still be issues, of course, right? But if we had competent wingers, I genuinely feel like a lot of our issues would be okay, low-key. You know what I mean? They could be manageable issues that we could manage. But because the guys that we have on the wing can't beat their man, can't do their thing, we've got impotent men on the wing. They produce impotent stuff.
No, I agree. Let's take a quick little break to have a little laugh. Because I never got to touch on this topic, and I thought it was hilarious that it came up. Any guesses as to what the next topic is?
No idea.
Okay.
Buena notte.
No.
Oh.
It's not news really. It's just let's have a little laugh because this happened while I was away. Cole Palmer's homesick. So this happened while I was away. I thought it was hilarious. So Matt Law reported initially, this is something separate of that. If Palmer has got a problem in terms of his injury still, they have to rest Palmer a lot. And Liam Sr. wants to play Enzo higher. Then maybe they accelerate the summer plan on a midfielder for now if they can. If there's an opportunity to do something that maybe was on their list of summer things, if someone comes up, they're not against doing it in January. So that aside, a bunch of links, especially, I think this happened immediately pretty much after the Arsenal loss, right? Came out in terms of Cole Palmer upset with how things are going at Chelsea, and this was the big one. News sources close to Cole Palmer say that the boyhood Manchester United fan does not particularly enjoy life in London and misses his friends from back home in Manchester. So yeah, Manchester, even though he lives in England and it's not like he can't drive up there. But anyways, breaking. It is understood that other than Rosignor working closely with Palmer, Chelsea have been engaged with off-the-pitch plans with him, which would suggest he is not looking for a way out, having him as part of an untouchables list. Cole Palmer and his camp have sent 0 messages to Chelsea in regard to being unhappy at the club. Chelsea believe he has the key to be a part of the project. He has to be a part of their project. It's a must. If one day he left Chelsea, would be for absolutely crazy money. Sky Sports have been told Chelsea are privately laughing the Cole Palmer rumors off, and that he's very happy at Chelsea. Chelsea would not sell unless an offer that we've never seen before outside of the likes of Saudi/Neymar to Barca money comes in. He's not for sale. And I agree. This guy's on a prison contract. I think he's got 9 years still left on his contract, I believe, maybe 8.
Can I say, does it not sound weird that we have to call this contract a prison contract, just out of curiosity?
I mean, listen, he's shackled down to Chelsea for a while.
Wow.
I'm trying to get at.
And I just want to ask Marshall, does Palmer have any Caribbean heritage? And you're telling me Bowley is white. I'm just saying. You think? Just want to point that out.
I prefer really not to speak.
Okay.
Anyways, Yeah, he's here for a while. He's got a really long contract. The only way he goes anywhere is if someone actually puts in the offer, and it's probably going to be upwards of 200 million pounds, because of just the length that's left on that contract. And he's not even been playing great, and he would still go for that amount. Not only that, even if he was upset and he wanted to leave, we've already got the reports. There's no loopholes. There's no nothing. There's no break clause or anything. There's just so many Chelsea accounts out there fear-mongering and trying to imply that, oh, if we don't get UCL, Cole, he's going to be upset and he's going to want to leave. I'm sure he's going to be upset, just like the fans will be upset. A lot of us will be upset. And I'm sure he's going to want to leave. Sure. Good luck, though. You signed the contract. You signed the thing, big man.
Damn. It's like that, okay?
Unfortunately for him, yeah, it is. Like, I get it. We now live in a football age where contracts mean fuck all, but they're there. They do mean something. You got to work around it. And I don't think there's much of a workaround with Palmer. I mean, am I saying anything that's wrong?
No.
He's essentially stuck here for a few more years.
He is. And you're not wrong, Marshall. I just do wonder what would happen if he pushed for the move. Like, we have yet to see that. Like, we've spoken about this before. We've yet to really see what these guys would do in that situation. The only guy we've kind of seen it with was Colwill. Yeah. Like, excuse me. I actually don't know. Yeah, I don't know what would happen in that regard.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I'll be honest, if things continue the way they are at this football club, I can 100% see him asking for a move.
100%. Yeah, I get it.
But I don't know what we do. Like, I'd like to think we would tell him to, like, kick rocks and you've got a contract and you're not going anywhere, but we genuinely have no idea.
It's almost, well, it reminds me of the Mbappe situation in a sense of, like, PSG just wanted a ridiculous amount of money for Mbappe, and Mbappe had no choice but to wait to run down his contract. And mostly because Mbappe only wanted Real Madrid. So it was one of those, like, I think if he does want out, he'll bite the bullet and wait till his contract winds out to a reasonable amount of money where he can actually have negotiations and discuss with other clubs. But, I mean, he can't run down his contract. I mean, he can take a few years off of it. Is what I'm trying to get. Like, I don't think he can actually have any serious conversations with any club for another 2 to 3 years. Like, when there's 6 or 5 years left on that contract, and then maybe a club can bid an exorbitant amount for him. But if they wanted to bid now this summer, I won't be surprised if the club decide. If we hear rumors of the club like asking for over 200 million pounds, like an insane amount, because of just how long the length of contract is, and all the marketing and all the, publicity and all that stuff. So yeah, at the moment I heard this, and anyone who entertained it, shame on you for even entertaining it. But the moment I saw this, I was like, okay, more fake news. Great. It's just something to laugh at. I thought it was humorous that even United even thought they could entertain this. So I'm not worried about it whatsoever. I will say, chat, 87 of you, or maybe even more, watching. Be sure to smash up the like button if you haven't done so already. We got still a good amount of show left. Not too much, not a crazy amount, but good amount of news still here that I wanted to recap and stuff that I haven't gotten a chance to really talk about since I was absent. But not a crazy amount. The next thing I'm going to move on to is actually another Here We Go that did happen while things are going on today, which was the Tariq George to Everton. It's done. He's on a loan now. So let's go over it. So Tariq George now finally going to Everton. Here we go. It is official. So it starts off with this. In December, we heard about Chelsea have been impressed by George this season, but he wants to play regularly. And there's so much competition for places across the front positions, which is limiting his game time. He nearly joined Fulham, and there is expected to be interest in him again. Continuing on, Tariq George is now expected to leave on a permanent transfer this month. This is coming from January 13th, so for Simon Johnson. The talented England under 21 international winger has started just 2 games since the end of October. He has interest from clubs in England and on the continent. Continuing on, Tariq George is expected to be sold and going to be making a decision where he goes this week. Exclusive, Fabrizio reporting that Everton sent official loan with option to buy proposal for Chelsea for Tariq George, currently leading the race as Everton and George as talks underway with many clubs keen on the Chelsea player. And I did forget to do it. Oh well. So there is a here we go. I'm gonna upload it right now. But yeah, he goes on a loan until the end of the season. I honestly, if it were me, I don't even loan him. I'd rather have him over Garnacho 11 out of 10 days of the week. It's a shame that he's getting loaned. So here we go. Tariq George to Everton. Here we go. Deal in place after official bid sent yesterday was as exclusively revealed. Loan deal until June. Full salary covered by Everton and buy option clause not mandatory. Medical booked. So yeah, I think this is dumb. Genuinely, I just feel that he would have been more useful for us on that left wing, especially considering how horrible Garnacho's been this season. Yeah, great. Garnacho's gotten 2 important goals for us against Arsenal in the last leg, and some important goals in previous games. I think 5 goals this season. I think maybe, but it's just not been good. Not been good. Man has no dribbling package. It's horrible. So yeah, a horrible player. I don't know why we even got him when we have Tariq George, who's better. So it's just more of the same bullshit that I'm just pissed off and annoyed with already. CP, any thoughts on George leaving? I mean, anything to disagree with there? I mean, I don't know.
We've been wanting to get rid of him for a while, so I hope he has a decent, a good career. All the best to him, basically. This club doesn't want him, so yeah, there's nothing more to say. I agree that he's better than Garnacho, but we spent 40 million on Garnacho, so
unfortunately,
that's the issue. So yeah, shout out to him. His ball striking is pretty decent. He's scored some bangers for England under 21s and for us actually. So yeah, he's a good strike on him.
Yeah, just really dumb that he hasn't even gotten a sniff since the whole saga. So it is what it is. He moves on. I hope he has a good loan, and after that, maybe he's lucky enough to get the hell out of this whole circus, and he can, or maybe the club come to their senses and actually give him play time over Garnacho. So there's that.
No,
but I think that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, another one that I actually never even reported, or never not reported. I don't report anything. I never got a chance to discuss, and it happened again while I was away. Is our boy? Did I not make a banner for this again? Man, there was just so many things that happened today, and so much I had to catch up on that I just never got a chance to do everything. So here we go. No pun intended on that one. Bonouate, here we go. Yeah, this happened. It's the most weird trafficking scheme that's going on in this club. What was the point of this loan? I don't even know. Fabrizio Romano, mid-January, exclusive. Leeds United reach verbal agreement to sign Facundo Bonouate. Chelsea to interrupt loan move from Brighton, leaving Chelsea to return to Brighton. And then join Leeds. Move to Leeds United. Will be alone until the end of the season. Here we go soon. Bonouate is set to leave and join Leeds United on loan. Agreement in place as Fabrizio Romano Cole. Bonouate is close to joining Leeds over the summer. Prior to the Chelsea hijacking the deal, Leeds had a medical booked back then and will now at... What the fuck? All right, Wakanda Bonouate will undergo his medical at Leeds United. So as it's why? This makes no sense to me, bro. What the fuck, dude?
So we basically hijacked from Leeds to have him play like a total of like 8 games.
Might be less than that, to be honest.
Yeah, probably 8 games, like 5 of them being like sub appearances for like 5 minutes. And yeah, like fuck. It's a waste of time for everyone, like him, his development, us, just everyone all around. What the fuck was the point?
It's weird. Like there must have been some under the table cash that was given so that Enciso could come to Strasbourg and then Chelsea next season.
I just think they panicked with this whole Palmer injury growing thing, and you know they failed trying to sign Xavi Simons, so they're like, let's do this.
We are just some shady motherfuckers. That's all I gotta say. We are.
Look at what
shady.
happened. What do you like? Look at we recalled Anselmino from Dortmund. This guy didn't want to go to Strasbourg. A day later, he's at Strasbourg, so we can actually call back Mamadou Sarr, who was supposed to join us in the summer, but now he has to join us now because that's the actual guy we care about. We are so shady, bro.
Either shady or incompetent, or both, or both.
Both for sure.
We're like trying to be shady, but we really suck at it. It's just we did do bad.
I just think our incompetence brings out the shadiness because it's like we fucked up the first time, so we're like, oh, let us correct our mistake by doing shady shit.
It's so weird, bro. Like I try my best because. Listen, the thing is, like, people confuse me trying to understand the club for me defending Blueco, and calling me Blueco's greatest soldier and all that bullshit. I'm just trying to understand what the fuck is going on and trying to like put myself in someone else's shoes. The only problem is that these motherfuckers don't wear shoes. Like, what the fuck? We're a barefoot business out here, bro. Like, what is going on, man? Like, it's just weird. This is all weird. It's all shady. It's all weird. It's all. I just hope that the Netflix docu that comes out of Chelsea in 10 years
some point in time,
isn't super damning. Would you say, CP?
I'm saying at some point in time the Netflix documentary is gonna happen.
It has to happen. We only have, as far as I'm aware, I think we only have like one documentary out there, and it's like the Emma Hayes one.
Okay. Also, the women's team is doing shit now. Like everyone's pissed about that too. So.
Yeah.
We just got battered by Man City.
5-1. Yeah, that was not good. I was there when we got battered by
Arsenal. Yeah, and this was after us basically winning the league 6 times in a row.
Yeah, Sonia Van Pestor is not having a good time right now.
Yeah, and she was undefeated.
To be fair, we wanted her, so it's like it's not like it wasn't a good manager signing at the time. It's not like a project manager like Maresca or whatever. So, yeah, I don't know. Things aren't good at Chelsea at the moment. Is essentially what we're trying to get at, people. Things are looking dark. Well, not really, actually, because we have what? How many wins out of 7? 6 wins out of 7 so far. Yeah. So things are looking up for the men, sorta, but the football is just questionable at best.
It is dark time for the women. So just dark times.
Yeah. Another few players I wanted to touch on over here as well is our favorite I guess lone soldiers. We'll call them that.
Lone soldier, okay.
David Dacha Fofana.
Fuck off.
And Washington.
No, I don't want to talk about these people, Marshall. I thought we got rid of them 2 years ago. I don't care.
Fam. Nah.
I know we loaned Datro Fofana to Auxerre or some shit. Or whatever.
No, actually.
Oh, sorry, Strasbourg. Sorry, we fucked that deal up, and he went to
Yeah.
Strasbourg.
Let's go over the two guys real quick. I put them together because there's a few tweets. So older academy players such as David Washington and Sam Raksaki will be open to explore potential loan moves in English football, or loan options in English football, as of Nazar Kinsella as of the 2nd of January, right? And then a few weeks ago, we heard this. Chelsea's U21 Brazilian international David Washington was earmarked for a loan away this month, but that could be... Oh, I can't catch a break. What's wrong with these? Oh my God. Okay. But that could now be in doubt after he picked up an injury against Benfica in the Premier League International Cup last week.
What a surprise.
This guy can't catch a break, bro. Like,
why did we buy this mid person from
don't forget Dijon Whispers, Denner, Caleb Wiley.
Don't get me started.
This guy, Omari Kellyman, David Datro Fofana.
I was talking to my
There's
friend.
probably more in there.
We spent 40 million Canadian dollars on this bang average youth prospect from Santos. 40 million Canadian. Fuck off. We spent 40 million on this guy. No one rated him as Santos. They said he needed another year to two to develop to even becoming a decent prospect. Why the fuck? Whatever. Anyways, fuck it. Cool.
Genuinely, I don't know.
Don't care. Don't care.
Like, Chelsea honestly make no sense to me anymore. Like, you know what it is too? Like, I'm tired. I'm just tired.
I am so tired.
Like, I'm just tired. Like, I just don't have the energy to try to figure this out anymore. It's too tiring. It's taxing people. It's taxing to the mind.
Do you think they just have like a ginormous board, right? Like a big board with lots of pictures of players that they've scouted, and they just get a dart and they just start fucking throwing. You were gonna
say that.
They're just throwing.
Darts is a popular sport in the UK, so.
I know exactly. So they just get Win Stanley guys and just throw it, and then if there's two darts on the same player, they're like, you know what, we'll buy him. Just throwing darts and whichever.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. Or they do the modern thing where they do the spin the wheel.
Oh, spin the wheel, yeah, get all those. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, spin the wheel, man.
That's true.
Put a bunch of names into a hat, throw it in the air, whichever one lands on like blue, that's the one we get. It's crazy.
At least the new kits or whatever thing they had this week looked super fire. I'm not gonna lie, that orange silver thing going on. Like, if this club wasn't yet, I would so want to buy this. If this club wasn't like, I'm not buying them. I'm not buying them because I have principles. But if this club wasn't so shit, I've said this throughout the Club World Cup and this year. I'm like, hey Chelsea, if you want me to spend money, just win things. I will spend money on you. The more you win, the more money I want, the more merch I want to buy.
Mm-hmm.
So just be good.
Yeah, this is just one half of the section. David, my friend, Chelsea and David Datro Fofana.
Us sending him to Strasbourg is a violation, by the way. Us sending him to Strasbourg.
Yeah, apparently he was linked to Celtic, Antwerp, Derby County, all expressed interest in the potential deal. Bro, this is gonna be our championship loan king at one point.
No, you know what this is for them? This is their emergency Omega signing, because Omega apparently because did you see that report that his injury is worse than they thought, so he's gonna be out for another 6 weeks.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
That's why they got him. They need a striker.
I was gonna cover that in the next show.
They need a striker instead of Padicelli. So this is their guy.
Oh man, and I don't get it, cause like from the get-go, like I never thought he was a bad talent. Like, like when he played a little bit under Potter, it was like, oh, there's something here you could work with.
Yeah, and then he had that loan, which was good for Burnley, which he was scoring some goals, and we're like, oh, he's not bad. Like, we could have him as a third option. And then,
and then injuries and
loan and Didn't
bad
go well.
reputations and beef that he had with the Union Berlin guy.
Yep.
Fuck me, man. Like, so this source here, La Michonia, I don't know how to pronounce that, but Strasbourg are finalizing the last details of David Dr. Fofana's arrival from Chelsea. I guess he's gonna go and sit bench at Strasbourg, because what is he gonna do?
Yep.
Like, okay, Panicelli is available now. He'll be a backup to Panicelli maybe. But when Omega comes back, he's third choice. He's Mark Guiu of Strasbourg.
Yep.
So
He was supposed to be the original Mark Guiu before Guiu joined too. So
that is also true. He was supposed to be the OG Mark Guiu, and yeah, I don't know. None of this makes any sense to me. And honestly, at this point, can we just stop making him suffer? Just let him go. Just let him go. Find a place, a home where he can stay, and we don't have to worry about him anymore. And he could just enjoy his football wherever he goes. Like Antwerp, you know, he could go to Antwerp. Go send him to Antwerp, and we don't have to see him ever again. One of the 3 clubs exploring a loan for David Dutcher Fofana. Also interest from Spanish club. Okay. Yeah, I don't know with this guy, man. Like, it was such a weird. We do weird business, man. We really do. But all right, I'm gonna let that one go. A few final topics before we close out today's show. Again, this is a big show on catching up and trying to get up to speed with a lot of things I missed. Smash up the like, people, if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and also memberships, 4 different tiers starting at 99p. You get some cool emojis. If you are a member, I would say use those emojis, show them off. Let's show some of the people who aren't members what they're missing out on with those cool emojis. So yeah, and yeah, comment your favorite emoji if you are a member. Let's talk about something. This is actually good news. I'm so, like, you know what? This deserves a round of applause because we're finally past this chapter. We're finally past this chapter. I'll be so real, but it's actually doesn't deserve a round of applause. Ladies and gents, it's done. You're about to see the best. We're about to see him on his way out. Ladies and gents, Raheem Sterling is free from Chelsea Football Club. Big up, Sterling. Big up. Your time at Chelsea was wonderful.
What?
And you know, big up to everything you've done for Chelsea, but you know, also not really. So I'm being sarcastic. So December 23rd, Nazar Kinsella had reported that Chelsea still appear hopeful of avoiding paying off the large sum of money that is owed to Raheem Sterling, while it would be unthinkable for anyone, including Sterling, to walk away from such a windfall, which he may never earn again. Very true. And again, I don't blame Sterling for sticking and trying to get his bag. Justin, barring any late drama, Chelsea outcast Raheem Sterling is set to stay at Chelsea and finish season without even kicking a ball. Crystal Palace and West Ham are keeping tabs on Axel Disasi, who we'll touch on next. West Ham are in talks with a loan, and this is coming from a pretty reliable source, so they were trying to get a loan. I think all these clubs were genuinely interested in Raheem Sterling, but none of them were actually able to match or try to even get close to the amount of money he was being offered or he was earning at Chelsea. It is expected Raheem Sterling will no longer be a Chelsea player after Monday. There is still time to find out potential permanent move or an agreement which could be reached regarding his £300,000 a week contract that has 18 months left. A solution is expected by Monday, according to Sky Cava. This source right here from The Times reported that it is understood that Raheem Sterling's reps and Chelsea are discussing the form of an exit with an agreement set to be close. It is not known yet if this will take the form of a permanent transfer to a new club or if there will be a mutual termination. Chelsea's preference is to sell Raheem Sterling, although terminating his contract or arranging a loan move have not been ruled out. Any contract cancellation would likely start with Chelsea being asked to pay the full £22 million remaining on his deal, according to the BBC. And here we go. Raheem Sterling has today departed Chelsea Football Club by mutual agreement. Mark this day, ladies and gents, January 28th. Raheem Sterling is finally off the wage books. Raheem Sterling is now open to a move abroad after previous London preferences. Wow, it took you long enough. The official club statement: Raheem Sterling has today departed Chelsea Football Club by mutual agreement, bringing an end 3.5 seasons as our player, having signed in the summer of 2022 when he was transferred from Man City. And I agree with you, Chelsea. We thank Raheem for the contribution he made while a Chelsea player and wish him well for the next stage in his career. Come on, CP. You can't even give Raheem Sterling that respect?
We tried to sell him to Saudi in the summer. Man said he still wanted to be in London. Brother, you knew you weren't going to play. You could have been earning money in Saudi with that Saudi money and gotten us some cash at least in return, you fraud. You could have been in Saudi Arabia in the nice sun instead of the freaking cloudy ass, dark ass London right now. Now you're open to a move abroad? We've been trying to throw you to Saudi for 2 summers and now, oh, fuck off. Get out of my club, you T-Rex arm. Fuck off. Fuck right. You petty piece of shit. You could have gotten us some money we fucking wasted on you, 50 million pounds, with this 325 a week. We spent, me and my friend calculated, he made 33.8 million pounds for nothing, for not playing for us for 2 years.
Well done. Wow, amazing, brilliant. Well done, super good job.
He made if you want to convert that to USD, he made over 55 million US dollars or 64 Canadian million US dollars. I mean Canadian dollars for fucking not playing for a club or sitting on or not even being at fucking or just any part of our club. This man is sitting at home for a full calendar year and he made 16.4 million pounds for sitting at home. For sitting at home, bro. Get the fuck out of my... I want the Men in Black fucking Flash to fucking make us forget the signing ever happened as a fan base.
I mean, he had some good memories, right? We had some good memories, Raheem. There's that
I actually don't even remember anymore because I forgot he was a player. I can't think of one single memory.
Wait, I think he had that one game, right? He got that free kick goal.
Oh, Man City. He balls out against Man City.
He always balls out against Man City, yeah. But then there was that one game where he had a free kick and it was like a actual banger. It was, I think it was Aston Villa.
Think so, maybe, yeah. I think you're right.
We always get bangers at Aston Villa. I don't know why.
Yeah, but other than that, God, just whatever.
I mean, wait. I gotta find something. Hold on. Also, I gotta address this. Like, I can tell you why, Abu. Because what the fuck was mistreated about him? He didn't get to play football for the first team. He was still under the salary. He was still had the facilities open to him at different hours. It's
no,
not
I think he's no. This is not from right now. That comment's been there for a while. I think he's referring to how we were talking about, like the SAR situation, Anselmino, Datro Fofana, David Washington, like that. How we treat players that way.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Because I remember that narrative that we were mistreating Raheem Sterling and they were being investigating Chelsea, and it's like, bro, what are you talking about? It's not like he sleeps in the basement. Like, he has a nice apartment. Like, what is mistreating of a player anymore? It's ridiculous. The over exaggeration of the treatment of Raheem Sterling. Like, man got his bag. All he had to do was train once a week or whatever, and that's it. Like, he earned good money doing barely anything for Chelsea, and he was happy to do it. He complied, in fact. Here you go, CP. I got a good memory for you here.
Don't show me like a picture of him missing an open goal like always. yeah,
memories.
that one free kick. Okay.
Now that I've been there, this hits different.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. I hate
Good
you,
memories,
Marco.
man.
I thought that
Lester,
was
I
so-
remember he stepped up for this one. Who was it? He brushed off Cole or whoever.
Yeah, he did.
He was like, I got this. He was
got
so
this.
ready. He wanted GNA just for him. This whole entire game.
I hate you, Marco.
Oh my
You're
god.
a fraud for doing that. I actually believe that was the one he fucking scored. I hate you.
No.
I actually, for a second, I actually thought that was the clip of him scoring, bro.
Nah. It's good memories, man. Good memories. Oh man. Hey, Raheem Sterling, if you don't laugh, you cry. Also, all the good memories he gave us with Ahmed, the wars. Can't forget, man. You take these things for granted. Big up Raheem Sterling, bro.
I guess that was
Hey,
worth
man.
16 million pounds. Of
I'm just glad he's finally gone. I'm just glad he's finally gone.
Yep, same.
Not that it matters at all towards anything, because we're not going to use that money for anything. We're just going to pocket it.
No, don't worry. We'll sign more useless players who we have to pay those wages to, so it's okay. We'll just
Oh,
break
don't
it.
worry. I have more links for you at the end of this, if you're still here. All right. The other player we need, I wanted to bring up also is he seems to have more of a future than Raheem Sterling, and that's Axel Disasi. He's apparently going to West Ham again. I don't know. Let's talk about it. So earlier in December, we heard that Axel Disasi will leave Chelsea in January, with several clubs already alert about his availability. Despite links with imminent AC Milan move, he's been offered as an option, but no talks on concrete negotiations are taking place at this stage. Chelsea are open to sending Axel Disasi to Milan in January transfer window, but the Rossinieri are monitoring other defenders as well, struggling to find balance between Massimiliano Allegri's requests and the club's decisions from Alfredo Pedula. Also, this was in December. Axel Disasi available for January window, but reports of loan move are out of the mark, as the French defender can not leave on loan. Chelsea already used all their extra UK spots as loans this season. AS Roma, Olympique, I think that's Olympique Marseille, and Paris FC all informed. Continuing on, Roma have opened negotiations. Oh crap, I forgot about something. Oh, okay, hold on. Damn it. Roma have opened negotiations with Chelsea for a loan deal for Axel Disasi. The French center back wants to revive his career and sees himself fitting well in Rome, where Gian-Piero Gasperini is already impressed by his profile. Roma opened negotiations with Chelsea for a loan of Axel Disasi, according to Fabrice Hawkins. Matty Moreto here reporting that Fabrizio Romano YouTube on the Fabrizio Romano YouTube channel is in every transfer window. Disasi is offered in Italy, and he's always offered to AC Milan. It's special occasion like December 25th with Christmas. I don't know what that said. Disasi isn't just offered to Milan, but other clubs as well. Obviously, even in this case, even in this upcoming transfer window, even in recent days, Disasi has been offered to the Rossinieri, who are actually looking for a defender. The priority was to cover the attack and then focus on the defender. The goal is to sign a defender on loan, trying to be economical with the financial outlay. We'll see. Disasi, 27-year-old, has played 71 minutes so far with Chelsea and has been offered. We'll see how things have developed. Okay, and now we fast forward to January. So Rossinier actually had him in training, so it was the right thing to be back in the group. He is behind in terms of match fitness, and we will keep working on getting him back to speed, which I don't know what that means. Does that mean we're actually interested in getting him back into the club? I don't know. But Axel Disasi close to joining West Ham on loan deal with Chelsea as talks advance in final stages. Disasi was never close to joining the Italian clubs despite several reports, and West Ham are now accelerating. I mean, I think he needs to go. I just think he has to go, bro. Send him to West Ham, whatever club he wants to go to. We were linked with moves to him last season too, and I'm not entirely sure what happened. I don't know if you remember, CP.
Yeah. I remember this one.
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with this guy.
I think nothing.
You think we're gonna get stuck with him again?
Yep.
Oh man.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm so sorry, but yeah.
All right, hold on. I'm just sidetracked here. One second, people. Boom, and then okay, cool. Sorry. All right. Yeah, Axel Disasi. Bro, whatever it takes, can we just get him gone already? Like, it's very clear that the club don't want him and he doesn't want to stay at Chelsea. And I mean, Rosinho hasn't been training, probably because of another body. I'll be so real, just to help with training. But I don't see how he gets reintegrated into the team. Genuinely, I don't. It's been way too long. I think he's as respectful as he's been. I think he has one foot out the door as well. Like, there's no way he wants to be here. And I'm sure there's like a disdain that, like, bro, my career was somewhat on track, and then now I've been ousted to this, bomb squad. This is ridiculous. So yeah, I don't know. I think putting him in a bomb squad to begin with was a bit like harsh, but he also didn't really have a place in the team. So we could have at least found a move for him, and there was plenty of links, but I mean, alone, he's not on high wages, so I don't know. So there's not much to say on Disasi. We know he's on his way out. Hopefully. If he stays, then God knows what the plan is anymore. 2 more topics to wrap up, and then I have to bounce because I totally forgot I had a meeting. So, and these will be quick. Anything on Disasi, CP, before I move on?
Shout out to Brick Nation, as Ahmed would say.
Nation, fucking
so,
forgot about that.
Shout out to him, and get out of my club.
You cook much at home?
Yeah, I cook very well.
Yeah, hopefully he cooks very well. So we continue on. Final 2 topics, guys. Smash the like if you haven't done so already. It's been a long show, but we're almost done. Boom, transfer recap. Here we go. Jorgensen forced to stay. So remember how we were linked with him leaving multiple times? Well, it looks like it's not going to happen anymore. So we'll start off here. January 13th, Chelsea's backup goalkeeper Philip Jorgensen is currently assessing the options and would need replacing if he leaves. West Ham United have made inquiries about Chelsea's goalkeeper Philip Jorgensen, Graham Bailey reporting. Somewhat reliable source. And then lastly here, Nazar Cancelo reporting that Chelsea are set to recall goalkeeper Teddy Sherman-Lowe from a successful loan spell at Bolton Wanderers. All options considered being forward, including the potential to stay in the squad. Rewind that, because that's not what happened. So Chelsea are currently blocking any move for Philip Jorgensen, as it would deny them a competitive option to push Robert Sanchez. Yet there remains optimism that their stance could change later in the transfer window. West Ham are interested in signing Chelsea goalkeeper Philip Jorgensen in January. The 24-year-old continues to push for the exit from Stamford Bridge in hopes to becoming Denmark's number 1. Turkish giants Besiktas are also interested in signing him. However, Philip Jorgensen is expected to remain at Chelsea. He has been the subject of interest this month from clubs in England, Germany, and Turkey, who are keen to offer more regular football, but Chelsea are reluctant to let the Dane leave before Monday's deadline. I'll be so real. What competition? What competition? I don't know. This just makes no sense to me. Just let him go. Let him go. He wants first team minutes.
Yeah, but we need a backup goalkeeper apparently.
Brother, Slonina, there you go. Play him in the cups. Or at least let him go next summer. Bring back, what's his face? Penders, and then he'll be there.
Oh, yeah, because Strasbourg's going to love that even more that we bring back Penders mid-season, eh?
Bro, we abuse Strasbourg enough as it is. I'm sure they're
So let's
numb
get
to
to
it
you.
now.
Fair enough.
Just like our fans are numb to the abuse that we get from these owners, man. This is transfer abuse, dopamine abuse, abuse of dopamine. So yeah, my man Jurgensen is staying. Sorry, Jurgensen, you ain't getting a chance to be the Danish #1 keeper. To be fair, his last game wasn't that bad, but yeah, he ain't gonna play. So that's Jurgensen news there, and then lastly. It's news on the youngsters. We have a here we go, and two here we goes in terms of youngsters that we're sick and tired of, and no one gives a crap about. But it's news, and I might as well cover it. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Here we go. Okay. So first things first, the fact that Fabrizio Romano is even reporting this is crazy. Chelsea agree a deal to sign talented 17-year-old fullback Yisa Alao from Sheffield Wednesday. Here we go. Initial fee over £500,000 plus heavy add-ons. Chelsea beat 3 more Premier League top clubs to the signing. Doesn't that excite you, CP?
Wow. Yeah, we got him.
Here's another here we go. So AC Milan are set to sign 18-year-old attacking midfielder Yaya Idrissi.
Yeah.
Regragui. Okay. I think that's how you say it. From Chelsea on a permanent deal. The player is already in Milano. Good luck, Yaya. From the Marzio. Moroccan player, apparently. Hey, good for you. I know nothing about you. Nothing at all. So, I don't know, man. I don't care about Jacquet. I genuinely don't. So, there it is, people. That's the show.
Thank God.
Nothing else to talk about.
Thank God.
Yeah, all the good stuff was in the beginning, ladies and gents, so just scroll back, rewatch that, enjoy it. Do I want to rate out? I don't know. I guess I do. Who am I going to rate out to? Because I got to get the fuck out of here. Let's see. Let's find something here. Who is live? Staffy's live. I guess I'll rate out to Staffy. Is he still live though? Hold on. Let me just double check. People, if you haven't done so already though, before we actually rate out, be sure to smash up the like button if you haven't done so already. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new here, because there's a good amount of you guys that are new here and actually don't subscribe, which you should. I mean, you're already watching the content. You might as well subscribe and help out, Got a 5K goal that I'm hoping to hit someday, so you can help towards that, and a big reveal when we hit 5K as well. But yeah, check that out. And memberships, there's 4 different tiers starting at 99p, and as per usual with my members, if you are a proper casual or a higher tiered member, I give shout outs at the end of every show, and that is going to be going out to Lanre Sadiq, A. Soliman, EE, Adrian. Thank you guys so much for the support at the proper casual level. We're going to raid out to Staffy TV. Be sure to copy and paste that raid message. Let him know where you're coming from. Next show, I'll be on American Waffle tomorrow. There's a possibility we'll do an Arsenal preview tomorrow. I don't know. It might not actually happen. But regardless, we'll be on Staffy TV for American Waffle tomorrow, which is why we're rating out Staffy TV today as well. And Tuesday, for sure, we'll be here for the Arsenal reaction. And then Wednesday, we'll be doing another Casually Chelsea show just to recap the other news that's been going on that isn't transfer related, and to see what other transfer news ended up happening, if anything. I doubt it, though. But yeah, big up to every single one of you. Big up to the panel as usual. Big up to all of you. Thank you so much for your support and love. And as always, we'll catch you again next time. Have a wonderful night. Stay casual. Peace.